I didn't do nothing wrong. My kids didn't do nothing wrong. I'm fine with that shit. If you're gonna come at me aggressive, I'm gonna come back at you that way. So be prepared. You're not gonna bully me into backing down. Well, no, this morning on the phone because I heard him yelling. I'm calling to somebody. I didn't know who it was. But Lori must have been, I don't know, she was saying some nonsense and then he's like, oh, come on. Do you? Yeah. Well, no, on the phone this morning, Lori must have said something. Oh, stop it. Do you think that her parents, that we're constantly thinking of you guys? I got news for you. We don't care less. We've been to this playoff game 10 times in the last 12 years. We're not thinking about you. And then Lori must have said, stop it, Lori. The parents, we're not. We're talking about you guys. We don't. You're furthest from our mind. We don't care. You guys are going ridiculous on me. And she's like, listen, you know what? I got to get ready to go. I don't even want to talk to you right now. And that's when she hung up and I came upstairs. What the hell are you yelling at? And that's when she told me as I was getting my jacket on to come here. She goes, oh, there was a fight last night. And that was Lori. So what she said to me was, the lady that got me in the States, she said was the quarterback's mother. That's Pohl, whatever the fuck it is. So that guy that got me in the face, that was his wife, that must have been the quarterback. Fucking terrible. I mean, he's another douchebag. Always got some shit. You know, I go in undercover. You know, I go out and get my hair cut. I'm not saying shit. I'm reading papers. And I just be clear. I want to be stupid. Oh, these guys. Oh, they got steroids. And all summer long, the coaches. They get, I was like, come on, man. Look at my kids. Yeah, give me a break. They'll say anything. Just, you know, how about we just beat you? How about we're better? That's all. Doesn't have to be anything unscrupulous or anything cheating and this. Like, we couldn't have beat your little boy unless we were doing something illegal, but we're just better. Yeah, I mean, come on. But no, it was like that. I'm telling you, who's terrible? It was like, this is real. That's why I thought, and he's like, oh, don't say anything to the police. I don't even know that. But if you're going to say something to me, I'm going to speak back. What do you think? I'm just going to sit here and you talk shit to me? If she don't say something, I won't say something. If Scott don't say something, I won't say something. Or Vanna, you know, we're going out because we're going out. I don't even want to talk football. You bring it up to me. You get a couple plays in me, and you start bringing it up to me. He did that at the last football. Like that. Honestly, man, I don't want to talk Philly Valley football with you. I'm here to get out, man. Oh, you know, it's fucked up. You know, we find out today we got the big time. You say fucked up, I say that. Show me a rule getting broken. If I want to on, you know that that's wrong. It doesn't matter what I think, what you think. Just stop. Don't, down there, don't have a beer and just go relax. 2 minutes later, he's got to circle back over. Come on, Mike, you got to admit. I'm like, stop. I'm not going to tell you again, man. Just leave it alone and go away. We agree to disagree, all right? Shake my hand and just go. Come on, go Giants. That's what we're here for. Enough. I don't want to talk Trump. I don't want to talk nothing else. Let's just enjoy the moment that we're here. Because he gets belligerent. He's one of those guys, man, when you put him in with that crowd of all those guys, they feed off him. My mother called. So Vinny just called. I said, you know what? Henry didn't even call me. I found out half an hour ago. Right as I was taking my coat off to go, I heard her yelling on the phone. No, I had a hard touchdown, so no, I didn't. I caught a lot of it on the live stream. I ended up turning off the ball second time. That's what I was saying. But you know what? The quarterback got knocked out in the first quarter. I'm telling you, I'm operating the ball. Yeah, then there was a brawl in the fourth quarter, apparently. But if you watch the live, no, I was there. Oh, you went? Yeah. Did you see what? And I heard there was chippy play was on both sides leading up to that, or was it one side? Randolph? They couldn't cover anybody.
No, but one their receiver, big kid, and he towered over the defense. And the first quarterback wasn't throwing to him. Or he was, but wasn't correct. Then he came down, he was wide open. Slant. Kicked the perfect pass to the corner. He dropped it. Side of go. Start knocking off me. Wayne Valley started knocking off.
Wayne Valley and Mount Off the drop it?
Yeah. So, they couldn't finish it. And the game went on.
After.
And then, no problem.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Principal Maureen Ware and Athletic Director and Vice Principal Rich Porfido welcome you to Patriot Stadium at Wayne Hills High School for today's North 1 Group 4.
Good afternoon and welcome live to Patriot Stadium here in Wayne, New Jersey for the North 1 Group 4 state semifinals between the Wayne Hills Patriots and the West Morris Wolfpack. I'm John Vittas, joined here with Frankie Terranova. Frankie, this is a tremendous matchup. The 1 seed against the 4. West Morris 9-1, Wayne Hills 9-1. Two teams that are playing great football right now. West Morris's only loss this year came against a Sparta team who is the number 1 seed in Group 3. So good losses on both sides for these teams. Wayne Hills lost to a team in Florida who's undefeated. So these are juggernaut programs here in northern New Jersey, and they have a spot in the state championship game on the line today. The winner of this will play Wayne Valley in the state championship at MetLife Stadium next weekend. So this is a game with a lot of stakes. This is the kind of game that you train for in the offseason. It's the kind of game that you dream about as a kid growing up in Wayne. How do you control those emotions on a day like this and get focused for what is another football game?
Well, I think with MetLife on the line, if you ask a player and they say, no, we're not nervous, just like any other game, it's not. There are emotions that are hard to be controlled, especially when, if you do win, face Valley on December 4th. With everything that's gone on, there are definitely emotions that can't be controlled. But as an athlete, your job is to really hone in on those emotions and use them to your benefit. So use them to go all out on that play and really, rather than shut them down, actually use them to your advantage.
Wayne Hills has been the team to bring home the state championships over the last decade plus. They did meet. Wayne Hills and Wayne Valley met in the 2007 state finals. That was the last time Wayne Valley made it, and they haven't won it in even longer. So that's a Wayne Valley program that is hungry, and we'll preview that matchup if the time comes. But this is about West Morris and Wayne Hills today. And Wayne Hills fans always confident. They know their program is a well-oiled machine. They have a lot of offensive firepower this season. But this is a West Morris team, like we said, 9-1. They've blown out some opponents this year. They've beaten some noteworthy teams that are top 3 and 4 seeds in their respective brackets. So you cannot overlook West Morris. They run a wing T offense similar to what we saw last week from 8th seeded Roxbury. But this is a much meaner wing T offense for West Morris. They'll give it to 3 or 4 different running backs. The quarterback can handle the football as well. So Wayne Hills has their work cut out for them. The front is going to be very important again for the Patriots trying to get that edge against the triple option. However, Wayne Hills is without 2 of their starting linebackers. Both Chris Pusterla and Mike Zaccone are out today and probably for the rest of the year. So Wayne Hills is going to have linebackers who haven't started all year step in today for the first time and start. We would expect to see some Anthony Cuso today. Nick Petracco is healthy and ready to go at linebacker, amongst other players who are going to have to step in and make an impact in a huge situation. How big are those losses for Wayne Hills? Because you've had a chance to watch those guys play linebacker all year.
When you lose guys like that, they'd been going down and getting hurt, like little nicks and knacks here and there. But then when Mike Zaccone went down last week, we were talking about it like they're going to need him to go on. But this is where it's the next man up mentality. Guys like Anthony Cuso are going to have to fill that role. They're going to have to do their best and really try and succeed and do what they can to help this team win with Mike Zaccone on the sideline. I talked to a lot of the players. They said Mike Zaccone is the toughest guy they know, and he's going to do whatever he can to get there at MetLife if they do win today. But I do like to see that guys like Nick Petrarco and Anthony Cuso, who are very capable of filling these roles, and then I think they could even exceed at them, which I think we'll be surprised at today to see what they could do.
Zaccone has a fracture in his knee. He also has some sprained ligaments, but no torn ligaments, so they are hopeful that he might be able to return next week at MetLife Stadium if the Patriots get there. But first thing is first, trying to get through this West Morris opponent this week with a couple of fill-ins at linebacker, but they are very capable. Wayne Hills, of course, a program that always has depth, and we'll get a chance to see that here today. Offensively, for Wayne Hills, there's nothing to complain about. This has been one of the best offenses in program history. Brendan DeVera already has the single-season passing touchdown record. He's going to break a couple more records today. He has a three-headed monster at receiver, which you just don't see across high school football. The number 3 receiver is going to play at the University of Miami. That tells you all you need to know about this offense. But what are you expecting to see from them today? Because similar conditions to last week, cold, windy, not quite as cold today. Temperatures will maybe hit 50 degrees, but windy yet again. And when it was in the 40s last week, even into the 30s, they were still airing the ball out down the field. Do you expect to see more of that today?
Yeah, there's no way that Brendan DeVera doesn't throw the ball downfield. Even with like the weather it was last week, which it's a lot better this week. Less wind. It's definitely not as cold. We saw him air the ball out downfield. Was really successful on 3 different passes, 2 to Hayeks and 1 to Evidence Njoku. Really successful on the offensive side of the ball from Brendan DeVera. I saw during warm-ups last week, you could notice that he didn't have a real feel for the ball. Would mostly overthrow the guys. He was compensating because he really couldn't feel the ball. But this week, I saw that he was really hitting his targets and really getting it right into the guy's hands. So I'm expecting even bigger offensive performance from Brendan DeVera.
Real field temperature last week, 29 degrees. Today, it's around 45 degrees. So much better conditions to throw the football today. There is some wind, but not as much as last week. Despite those conditions, DeVera 14 for 21, 260 yards through the air, and 4 touchdowns a week ago. This is a guy who's thrown 20 or more passes in 9 of the 10 games this season, and we expect to see that again today, really trying to spread out that West Morris defensive unit. We'll take a quick break here on Wayne Hills TV. We're going to have introductions. The offensive side of the ball will be introduced in just a couple of minutes here at Patriot Stadium as number 1 Wayne Hills and 4th seeded West Morris getting set to face off in the state semifinals with a trip to MetLife Stadium and Wayne Valley on the line here today. This is Wayne Hills TV.
We got lids for those cups. We're at a party of the Browns, so I caught bits and pieces. Their receivers were wide open the whole game. Yeah. They turned away from when that ball happened. So I really didn't see that. Was it chippy all game?
Yeah, they got chippy. Their sideline was crazy the whole time.
Okay.
They got 2 penalties. I don't know how they got that far. It has to be one of the worst, other than like Kennedy or Eastside.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Worst team I've ever seen play.
Now the quarterback got knocked out apparently in the first quarter. Even that, but you got to play defense, right?
to go to my spot.
Where's your spot?
Take out the band.
This camera gets called Tony. We just found out about this. He told me about it because I didn't want to take this one. That's like you said last night.
And good afternoon once again, ladies and gentlemen. Let us now introduce the Wayne Hills Patriots starting offensive lineup. At wide receiver, number 18, Hunter Hayek. Number 18. At wide receiver, number 19, Tyler Hayek. Number 19. Number 59, John Stadler, number 59. At guard, number 53, Tyler Costello, number 53. At center, number 58, Scott Richmond, number 58. At guard, number 57, Jason Modak, number 57. At tackle, number 72, Benzie Polgar, number 72. At tight end, number 1, Nick Petracco, number 1. At wide receiver, number 83, Evidence Nojoku, number 83. At quarterback, number 7, Brendan DeVera, number 7. At fullback, number 6, Anthony Cuso, number 6. At tailback, number 22, Luca Grave, number 22. And let's welcome the rest of the Patriot squad. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you now please rise as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem by the Wayne Hills Patriot Marching Band under the direction of Matt Paterno. officials in
Welcome
today's
back.
game.
Patriot Stadium, the site for the state semifinals this afternoon. John Vittas and Frankie Terranova live from Wayne Hills High School. You see the home team Patriots in those menacing black uniforms today from head to toe. Those are the newer uniforms for Wayne Hills. They are the best, and they are being used here for the semifinals. A trip to MetLife Stadium on the line today. Wayne Valley, the waiting opponent, they were the number 3 seed in the bracket. Wayne Hills, the number 1 seed. Of course, we weren't supposed to be playing today on Thanksgiving weekend, but because of the eligibility questions, they had to push the whole bracket back a week. And so we play here on the Saturday of Thanksgiving weekend. Wayne Hills and West Morris. You see the Wolfpack in white on the far side of your screen. This is a team that Wayne Hills has not played much in their history, but a team that is 9-1. They're the 4 seed, and it's a team that Wayne Hills can absolutely not overlook. They run a wing T offense, which is the high school term for the triple option offense, the type of offense you will see from a Georgia Tech in college football or a Navy. They'll give the ball to 3 or 4 different players, try and use some deception, some blocking, get to the edge as much as they can against the Wayne Hills front. That is stout. We mentioned it in the open. Wayne Hills without 2 of their starting linebackers today. Chris Pasterlo was injured in the regular season late against Irvington. And last week, Mike Zaccone, who's one of the key middle linebackers for this team, was lost with a major knee injury. Zaccone's 65 tackles, 2 for a loss and an interception on the season. So the junior Zaccone is not playing today. Pasterla is out as well, and Chris Ruby has been out with an injury, although he is in uniform today. So Wayne Hills missing 2 of their linebackers, and Frankie, that's even more important in a game like this, facing a team that's going to run the football upwards of 50 times. You need a tough front 7, and Wayne Hills is without 2 of their key players today.
Yeah, I think considering last week how Ryan Finlay from West Morris only passed the ball 8 times, completed 6 of those passes, I think the cornerbacks and safeties are going to fill in some of those roles, making sure that no one gets too far out, helping out Anthony Cuso and Nick Petracco at the linebacker position.
There is Bensi Polgar, the 300-pound kickoff specialist, eyeing down the opponent as Wayne Hills gets set to begin their state semifinal matchup against the West Morris Wolfpack. Both teams at 9-1 on the year. West Morris defeated Fairlawn in the quarterfinals to get here. Wayne Hills a comfortable victory over Roxbury a week ago on this field. Polgar has it teed up, sunshine and 47 degrees for kickoff as the low line drive kick will be fielded at the 7-yard line. West Morris in the white working from right to left. This is Cole Draghi, their starting running back, on the return out to the 32-yard line. This is a West Morris offense that knows how to run the triple option, led by senior quarterback Ryan Finlay, who Frankie mentioned, 5'11", 175 pounds. He's going to run the ball more than he's going to throw it, but he kept the defense honest against Fairlawn, going 6 for 8 through the air as well. Look out for Cole Draghi, who we just mentioned, number 34, nearly 1,400 rushing yards on the season and 15 touchdowns. There's the first run up the middle, and Nick Petracco is there to meet it after a gain of about 4.
Cole Draghi last week had 164 yards, and Jake Congdon also had 104. 2 guys in the backfield having 100-yard games. Definitely something that we might be seeing today from West Morris, considering how much they run the ball. But Wayne Hills is definitely going to try and stop anyone from reaching 100 yards today.
266 rushing yards against Fairlawn last week for this West Morris team. There's the give again. It's Draghi getting towards the first down. Nice little cut to the left, and he falls forward for a first down. That's a gain of 7 for Cole Draghi, who had a 59-yard touchdown run against Fairlawn. He's noted for his power. He's considered their power back in this triple option offense, but he obviously has some speed as well with some long runs this season. So number 34 getting the first 2 looks on offense. We expect to see a lot of him. You'll see 2 slot backs where the tight ends would normally be behind the line of scrimmage as they give to the right. It's a fumble. Sokolowski lost it, and it's on the turf. Wayne Hills says they have it. No signal from the officials yet, and it looks like West Morris got it back. Bryce Sokolowski fumbled the football, number 1. He's one of their 3 running backs.
Yeah, West Morris tried running around on Wayne Hills, going to the right side, but definitely couldn't get it done. Didn't really see who actually punched it out, but definitely a great tackle.
So they end up losing a few yards because of the fumble. They would have been a gain of 2 or 3. Instead, it's a loss of 1. That is Jake Congdon in motion, and they try and go up the middle, and the ball came out again. Wes Morris falls on it again. The offensive lineman, number 56, P.J. Wright, recovered the fumble, but some suspect ball carrying already from Wes Morris. A team that runs a triple option every single week should not be fumbling the football. That's something they pride themselves on. But last night, Wayne Valley got 7 turnovers against Randolph in their semifinal win. Wayne Hills trying to do the same here on the other side of town.
That last play was reminiscent of what we saw from Roxbury. Guys like Jason Modak getting to the backfield quickly.
Finlay going to throw, goes deep over the middle, looking for the tight end. It's intercepted. Coming back the other way is the Patriots, taken down at their own 30. So the Patriots do get the turnover after all. It's of the interception variety. Hunter Hayek, his first of many catches today, comes on the defensive end, and Wayne Hills will take over.
Hunter Hayek, a major two-way player as he stays on the field now as their #1 wide receiver. The fastest guy, not only in football, but in states as he is. We talked about this last week, is a multi-sport athlete and holds many state records in track. And we saw that there as he read the ball perfectly and with his speed got to it.
Well, that works as a long punt for West Morris as Wayne Hills gets it at their own 30. Here is Brendan DeVera, the senior quarterback, will give on first down, handoff up the middle. Good space for Luca Grave, who looks spry. His first start in better than 4 weeks. He has missed a lot of time with an ankle injury. That was a good-looking run there on his first attempt. Grave finally got some carries last week in a supporting role. 8 carries, 29 yards. He did record a touchdown against Roxbury. That was a positive sign and a step forward for Luca, but looks like he's going to be more healthy and more available today. 2nd and 2 from the 38.
That was great to see from Luca because since his injury, his average per rush has gone down a lot, and over there, that was an 8-yard rush, beating his 7-yard per rush average.
He gets the carry on 2nd down as well and picks up the first down. For the season, Grave averaging 6.7 yards per carry. He's an outstanding running back, but like you said to Frankie, that average was around 8 yards per carry before the injury. So he has lost a step, but appears to be healthier today than he has for the better part of the last month. So Grave is the starter at tailback. He'll come to the sideline here on 1st and 10 from their own 41. Bunch to the left for Wayne Hills. They give the sweep to Tyler Hayek, and he has a seam to the far side. Tyler Hayek, running room into the end zone. Patriots strike first.
7-0 Wayne Hills Patriots. What a run from Tyler Hayek. This is why he's going to Rutgers with that speed. Absolutely blew by all the West Morris defenders. They had no chance of getting him. Once he found the seam up the middle, no one was able to catch him.
Tyler Hayek, a 59-yard touchdown run to start the day for Wayne Hills. He is a receiver, but what a run. On the season, that's his 4th carry. Had 3 carries for 17 yards coming into this game, but they give him the end around there, and he took advantage. Dario Cirni on for the extra point. The hold is good. The kick is a low liner, but it's through. So the Patriots with an impressive first drive. They get the first down with Grave, and Tyler Hayek does the rest. The Hayek brothers are a key part of this team. We saw Hunter with the interception and the brother Tyler. They are twins, a couple of seniors, probably the 2 most athletic players on this team, along with the quarterback, Brendan DeVera. But what a run. And he's not a guy who's used to carrying the football, but he explodes for a long touchdown run on the first drive.
Yeah, they seem to do just about everything on this team. Run the ball, catch the ball. They're even all around on defense. They're just 2 great athletes that Wayne Hills has on this team that's really carried them through this season, along with, like you said, Brendan DeVera and guys like Luca Grave. Definitely look to lead them to win this game and next week if they do make it a MetLife.
Well, it's a good start for Wayne Hills to get there. 7-0 lead as they get set to kick it away. That's not the kind of touchdown strike you expect for a team like this. Maybe a 59-yard pass to Tyler DeVera, but not a run. Well-designed play and great blocking on the outside from Wayne Hills to spring Hayek, who does the rest.
We still haven't seen a pass play from Brendan DeVera, so look to see how he handles the ball with this weather, even though it's not that bad, but still after last week, want to make sure that he's got it down pat.
So Bensi Polgar tees it up again. Still 8.5 minutes in the first quarter. We've had 2 drives in under 4 minutes. The kickoff fielded by Congdon as he shakes one man and then falls at the 22. Jake Congdon, the senior running back. He's more of their speed back, and he's shaken up. And that is not what West Morris needs. You saw him kind of fall hard as it looked like the front of his body got clipped by the would-be tackler. And that would be a major loss for West Morris. Jake Congdon, who did have a touchdown run last week in their quarterfinal win, on the ground in some pain. Of course, they have a plethora of running backs with Draghi and Zach Meister, the fullback, Bryce Sokolowski, who we've seen already. But Congdon is a key part of this team and being attended to by the trainers. This is a West Morris team under the direction of Kevin Hennelly, who is a terrific coach. West Morris also gets kids from Mendham, New Jersey. This is more of a central New Jersey team, which is why Wayne Hills doesn't see them very much, but a very strong program. Again, 9-1. Their only loss this season against Sparta, and it was a one-possession loss, 35-28 the final score. Sparta is the #1 seed in Group 3, so that's a team that is elite, and that's the only loss West Morris has this season. Frankie, one interesting thing looking at their schedule, even though Wayne Hills historically has not played West Morris, they play a lot of the same opponents because they are in the same group. West Morris has played 4 of the other 6 teams in the bracket, and they've won all 4 games, so undefeated against this bracket. A 7-point win against Randolph, the 21-point win last week against Fairlawn. They handled Roxbury 34-17, and they destroyed Morris Knowles by 23 points. So this is a West Morris team that is really the best team out there other than Wayne Valley right now still playing, and they deserve to be in this spot. But again, Congdon down right now, and that would be a major loss for them. And this is a team that obviously has high hopes coming into this game. This is probably one of the better teams they've had over their history, and they don't want to see one of their senior leaders go down. Congdon is a senior captain on this team. You see all the helmet stickers. That is a significant loss if he is unable to return, and it looks like that left leg is being severely favored right there.
Yeah, he averaged over 10 yards a carry last week against Fairlawn. Definitely one of their more efficient runners besides Cole Draghi. But what you talked about, how they're 4-0 with this bracket, what you will notice is none of those teams are the top 3 seed. Now, they're the 4th seed. They have never played Wayne Hills this year. They have not played Wayne Valley, and they have not played Irvington. Wayne Hills has beaten both Valley and Irvington, along with all the teams that they've played, their only loss being to Pahokee. So, although, yes, this is a good team, I do think if Wayne Hills plays their capability, they should have no problem.
I agree. Draghi on the far side, able to get through and drag defenders for a first down. That's an 11-yard run for Cole Draghi, who has had their 3 best runs so far today. There he is, number 34. He's the senior again, nearly 1,400 rushing yards on the year. That would also lead Wayne Hills, their leader, Luca Grave, with 856 yards. Again, he has missed 2 or 3 games with an injury, but still, Draghi is the lead back in this game.
Cole Draghi had a great cut on that play, and the outside linebacker bit on that and went the wrong way.
Well, he's got that bowling ball mentality as he was stopped at the line, but fell forward for a gain of 2. That is so important as a running back to get that leverage and that momentum going forward. Every time he's tackled, he falls forward for that extra yard, and that's going to be a big factor over the course of a game. So 2nd and 8, maybe even 7 here for West Morris as Finlay giving the call.
We're seeing Nick Petracco come off the field being replaced by Anthony Puntalillo, a sophomore, getting some reps here with all the injuries at linebacker.
And that is a big development. Puntalillo is a special teams marquee player on special teams as there's a run again. Close to the sticks, but short is Zach Meister, the fullback. It'll be a 3rd and a long 1 coming for West Morris, but we saw Cuso come in. Petracco's missed some time. There's Tyler Costello on your screen making the tackle. He's a starter, still healthy. So it's kind of linebacker by committee right now for Wayne Hills with both Mike Zaccone and Chris Pasterla out for this game. Those are major losses against a running offense.
Wayne Hill's going to need a big stop here on 3rd and short.
They go right up the gut and get it. Looks like Draghi again falling forward for a gain of 3.
Actually, I believe that was rushed by the quarterback there. Just pushed right through the gut right there.
So perhaps Finlay as they continue to go with the misdirection. So yeah, Puntalillo is in there right now at linebacker. We haven't seen a lot of him on defense. We've called his name on special teams a lot. But he does have 4 tackles on the year, a sophomore linebacker getting meaningful minutes right now. Puntalillo, number 36, as they go right at him. And there's Draghi again for a gain of 8.
Wayne Hill's linebackers really have to figure this out. They're using misdirection to try and get him to bite in certain areas and then cut back the other way, and that's exactly what they're doing. The linebackers are biting on that, and they need to start figuring out and realizing which way to go. They're committing too far to one side and not being able to adjust as the play develops.
Well, this is a similar offense that they saw last week. Roxbury runs the same exact offense as West Morris, and Wayne Hill's handled it. Roxbury didn't even get on the scoreboard until the second half, but again, West Morris, a better team. They go up the middle this time, and he's met. Not going to get the first down is Meister, the fullback. Good power up the middle from the Wayne Hills linebackers that time, as a few different players getting in there. Puntalillo getting in, as well as Skadaibov, the defensive lineman, number 69.
Great job by the defensive line to really burst through, which allowed the linebackers to have a free lane to get the tackle.
There you see the 2 big guys in the middle, Danny Musa and Omar Skadaibov, a couple of promising seniors in the middle. So they stack the line again on 3rd and 1. They go up the middle. It's Meister. He's got it. Falling forward for a gain of 5. Zach Meister on the carry. This is a slow, methodical offense for West Morris. They will waste a lot of time. This drive already better than 3 minutes in, and still with 40 yards to get for West Morris, down to the Wayne Hills 39 right now. They run a lot of the same plays, and they get a lot of positive yardage. They put Draghi in motion, and they give it to him. He has the edge, getting through the middle and finally taken down after another first down run. 13 more yards for Cole Draghi before the Patriots are able to get to him.
Wayne Hills is not being able to make the adjustment on that Cole Draghi run. Did that before, just missed the first down, got a 9-yard run, but on that one, got about 13 yards there. Definitely a great run by Cole Draghi. If I'm West Morris, I keep using that until until they eventually figure it out. Force these young players that are coming in to adjust.
Petracco comes back in for Puntalillo at linebacker. They keep running the same type of plays. Draghi up the middle this time. Good push from the offensive line. He has the edge, gets around Hayek on the far side, and it's a first down run. 13 more yards. Big chunks for Cole Draghi, as Tyler Hayek got beat on the outside that time. And a 1st and 10 coming from the Wayne Hills 14.
The wing T offense is also very effective. Not only that it eats up a lot of times, but it eats up a lot of energy from the defense. Keeps them on the field longer, and when that happens with your big guys on the defensive line, like Modak, like Musa, not really conditioned as well, they need to get off the field. But with an offense like this, that's hard to do.
Meister on the carry that time, and Tyler Costello there to meet him. Well, what the wing T offense does, it allows you to get away with your weaknesses. You can have a smaller, more athletic offensive line, wider splits, and you can kind of run things to all different directions. Wayne Hills has a beefy front 7, but they're unable to take advantage of it because of all the perimeter runs and the misdirections. The linebackers don't always know where the football is. 2nd and 7, and it's Draghi, far side, fighting through a tackle, and another inside the 5, moving the sticks again, down to the 3-yard line. Cole Draghi, the focal point of this West Morris offense, has a 1st and goal for his team. West Morris trying to draw even.
It's that same play that keeps beating Wayne Hills. Cole Draghi coming from the left side and crossing up the right, going up the middle. Wayne Hills really has to figure that out. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game for that defense.
Well, I mentioned that wing T offense allows your smaller offensive line to get away with their weaknesses, but this West Morris offensive line right now is pushing around Wayne Hills. They're getting some good push. They're opening up plenty of holes for Draghi, who is very good at patiently finding them. First and goal from the 3. Finlay under center as always. Here he goes again. Draghi not going to get it. They go up the middle, and it's a touchdown.
Yeah, we saw that earlier with 3rd and short, actually 3rd and 1, and I was expecting that there. If you weren't told, I was going to say that I'm expecting a quarterback sneak right here, and he did. Except instead of going up the middle and facing that line, went to the outside, and none of the linebackers accounted for him. So it was at an easy walk to the end zone. To be honest, right there.
Yeah, Wayne Hills didn't know Finlay was coming at him. They were waiting for the end around to Draghi again, and they kind of okey-doked him a little bit and went right up the middle. A 3-yard touchdown run for the quarterback, Ryan Finlay. Mike Egan lining up the extra point, another sizable kicker, knocking that one high above the uprights and through. So Egan connects, and we are tied at 7. So a big drive, a statement drive from the West Morris offense, chewing up better than 5 minutes on the clock and punching in 7. Finlay and Draghi know what they're doing out there on this triple option offense, and they've kept Wayne Hills off balance. They clearly run this a lot more crisply than we saw last week with Roxbury. Wayne Hills completely stuffed Roxbury a week ago, who was the 8th seed in the bracket. West Morris, the 4 seed at 9-1, running it with a lot more effectiveness against this Wayne Hills front. What can you do right now if you're the Wayne Hills defense here, getting a blow on the sideline? What adjustments can you make at this point?
Well, what has to happen, there's a lot of young guys that are coming into the game right now who haven't seen a whole lot of reps. A couple guys did see reps against Roxbury with that huge lead. But what they have to do, they have to be able to realize, and they need that agility to change directions. We haven't really seen that. They've committed too far to one side, and then with a guy athletic as Cole Draghi, he's beating them going to the outside. He's able to make those cut moves. Wayne Hills really has to adjust. Their defensive line is doing a pretty good job closing those gaps. It's just that Cole Draghi's getting to the outside, and none of the linebackers are accounting for him. I think Coach Demikoff really needs to talk to his outside linebackers to really blitz in on those, because they know they're running the ball. They really have to adjust, because right now the only pass from Finlay was an interception.
Good kickoff headed towards the sideline. That's out of bounds. So Wayne Hills will get good field position to start their next drive. Well, this is a Wayne Hills team that's been preparing for this offense for 3 weeks. They had 2 weeks to prepare for Roxbury, and now a week here against West Morris. We talked to Brendan Navarra after the game last week, and he said, well, we're going to continue to prepare for the wing T. He's a linebacker. He has to compete with it as much as anybody. But I agree. I'd love to see a little bit of pressure. Wayne Hills was blitzing guys off the edge last week, and with a lot of effectiveness. We haven't seen as much of it today, or at least we haven't seen them have any success rushing extra players. But if they can set that edge against Draghi and then wrap them up, which they haven't been able to do, they can really slow this team down. But easier said than done. Wayne Hills will start from their own 35.
Jake Condon is, my bad to interrupt you, but Jake Condon still being treated on the sideline, and that's a great job by Cole Draghi to really pick up that slack.
He is one of their running backs who was lost with an injury on the kickoff. Here's Devera. He'll hand it off to Grave up the middle. Continuing to pump those legs, falling forward for a gain of 7. So they go right up the middle with Luca Grave, who again appears to be much healthier than we've seen him the last couple of weeks.
Now here I'd say maybe give the ball to Devera to pass it, but if Grave's runs are really working against this defensive line, just keep doing it. No need to risk possible injury or even running with Devera, but I think they need to keep giving the ball to Grave and see what he could do, because he's been doing a great job today.
So 2nd and 3, they go to him again up the middle, and similar play yields good yardage again, 4 yards that time. He'll move the chains. First down, Wayne Hills from their own 46. So they're using the running game a little bit today. It was almost all passing last week against Roxbury with Grave still on the mend. Devera threw the ball 21 times. Grave only 8 carries. Jojo Mangelli had 4. Devera going to roll to his left this time off of play action, going for the intermediate receiver, and he has Hunter Hayek for a Wayne Hills first down. Out of bounds at the West Morris 37. Good throw from Brendan Devera, right on target, and Wayne Hills into West Morris territory.
That is not easy to do, rolling left and then get that pass to go right into his hands and lead him a little bit off so that he had to run out of bounds, but normally Hunter Hayek on that one's going right up the sideline, possibly into the end zone with a good block downfield.
But a good throw on the move for Brendan Devera. Again, 260 yards, 4 touchdowns in their win last week in the biting wind. First and 10. Here's Grave right up the middle, spinning off of a tackler and falling forward for a gain of about 2 as they continue to use Grave between the tackles. He's got a lot of speed. Maybe not quite as much today as earlier in the season, but he's a guy that can make a lot of hay on the outside. So we'll see if they try and get him some space moving forward. 2nd and 8 now for Wayne Hills. Evidence Njoku, the receiver on the far side. Hayek to the near side. They come to him. Hunter Hayek reaching down, able to make the catch, but falling at the spot. So a gain of only 3. And 3rd down coming for Wayne Hills. Throw a little bit low from DeVera, but Hayek able to go down and get it for a short gain.
Yeah, DeVera didn't really give Hunter an opportunity to really make a play there, so really forced to just get down and not get tackled by the other team, by Wes Morris.
So 3rd and a short 5 for the Patriots, working at the Wes Morris 32. Probably 4-down territory here for Wayne Hills. Just over a minute to play here in the first quarter. Game is tied as we have a whistle and a timeout for Wes Morris. So they know this play is pivotal. On 3rd and 5, they can back up Wayne Hills at all. They might be able to force a punt, but again, Wayne Hills probably going to go with 4 downs in this spot, but finally cutting DeVera loose a little bit. The touchdown came on a run from Tyler Hayek. So the passing game hasn't exactly gotten going yet. I would expect them to try and get that going in the near future, right, Frankie?
Oh, yeah, no question. Brendan DeVera is just that kind of quarterback that could just do it all. I also expect actually to see Brendan DeVera himself run a little more, really force Wes Morris to stay on their toes, because right now all they've seen is the drag routes, Tyler Hayek, similar runs up the middle to Luca Grave, and then that one pass just now to Hunter. Really, they haven't shown Wes Morris a whole lot, and I think that's a good job. Still, with this game tied with 1 minute left, 7-7, I think it's a great job to not show everything that Wayne Hills could do, because they can do a lot. I think really keep this defense where it is, keep them kind of stagnant right now, and then really maybe in the next quarter really boost them out so then at halftime Coach Demikoff has a lot to be proud of going into that locker room.
So here's the 3rd and 5 call for Wayne Hills. They're working with 5 receivers right now.
Luca Grave not in the backfield. He's on the near side of your screen.
He's the slot receiver on the right. Wayne Hills working from the right hash, so spreading the field here on 3rd and 5. Maybe a designed run for DeVera. We'll see. Only 1 down lineman for Wes Morris. They rush only 3. So heavy coverage. DeVera throws through it. Looking deep. It's incomplete. Trying to find Tyler Hayek deep down the field, and it went through his hands. Not an easy catch. Had to jump and go up high for it, but Tyler Hayek unable to make the grab. It'll be 4th and 5 with 55 seconds on the clock here in the first.
Yeah, Tyler had the height advantage. He had the spot for the ball. That just went right through his hands. Didn't really time his squeeze very well. Definitely not a great play by Tyler Hayek. Great throw, though, by DeVera. But definitely something you really don't want to see from Tyler Hayek.
That's a ball that maybe in early September in 80-degree weather gets caught, but here on a colder day, tougher play to make. They bring pressure. DeVera able to scramble. Gets it to the check down. Grave, 1st down and more. Headed towards the end zone. Around the blocker and in. Luca Grave gives Wayne Hills the lead right back. Good check down throw from DeVera, who was feeling the pressure, and Grave does the rest.
We've been talking about this all year. Brendan DeVera's football IQ is off the charts. With all that pressure, we saw a couple times Brendan DeVera instead would try running himself, noticed that there was no way he could get out of that. Even with his size, went to Luca Grave right there, saw it, had that vision, which you need in football, especially as a quarterback. And Luca Grave, I don't think that ankle is bothering anymore. That was a great play. Had a couple cutbacks. Definitely a great play all around by Wayne Hills, except for obviously the offensive line letting that pressure get through. But definitely a great job as Dario Cerny puts it through the uprights to make it a 14-7 game.
Cerny connects. Patriots by 7. The 11th catch of the year for Luca Grave yields 6. And Wayne Hills back on top by a touchdown. That's a big-time play from DeVera. Wes Morris rushed 3 players on the previous play. They brought 6 on that one. And they got to DeVera immediately, but able to spin off one guy. And then as the other one was getting set to take him down, finding the check down guy in Grave, who was wide open with blockers in front of him. It's a very heady play by a senior quarterback in DeVera, who has not been the star to this point today, but he is the star for this Wayne Hills team, and making an important check down throw there on 4th down to get Wayne Hills the touchdown, and they lead by 7.
Once I saw the offensive line collapse, I thought, wow, this is going to really change momentum. Now West Morris is going to have the ball starting the second quarter. But that just didn't happen. And now Wayne Hills, I believe, has almost all of the momentum, especially if they could get a stop here and keep their lead with possession at 14-7. I think Wayne Hills definitely has everything they need to win this game.
Would love to see some stops from the defense. That West Morris triple option looking good right now, but the Wayne Hills offense doing what they usually do, leading by 7.
Yeah, the edge is just going to be key for the linebackers. They're really going to need to bottle that up.
So Pogar lines it up again. This is his 3rd kickoff already. And the big guy lets it fly. Comes towards the near side. Draghi angling over, makes the catch at the 7. Across the 20, Draghi wrapped up quickly. Maybe falling forward to the 25, which is where the Wolfpack will begin their drive. 37 seconds to play in the first, so 1 or 2 plays for West Morris, and we'll flip sides.
Again.
I was just going to say, still not seeing Jake Congdon come up. He's still, it looks like, sitting down on the bench, still being treated for that knee.
So Draghi starts as the slot guy to the near side. They don't go to him. They go right up the middle. Meister, first down and more, rumbling across the 50 before Hunter Hayek wrestles him down at the Wayne Hills 46. That's a run of 29 yards for Zach Meister, the fullback. Wayne Hills not expecting it. They've had those runs to the edge from Draghi, and the quick hitter up the middle yields 29.
Zach Miller came across on the sweep. Ball did not go to him. It went to Meister, and the every single linebacker went on to the side of Zach Miller, leaving all they had the offensive line to do was block those couple guys.
This time they do go to the edge, and Wayne Hill's ready for it. They've seen that play before. Draghi will fall forward, as always, for a gain of a couple, but Wayne Hill's had that jet sweep snuffed out after a short gain. The linebackers rotating well that time. Petracco, Costello getting to the outside, and that'll do it for the first quarter. We're going to be rotating the high school announcers today. Great job, Frankie. Before we let you go, thoughts on the rest of this game? What does Wayne Hills need to do, real quick?
Wayne Hills on the offense side of the ball has been fantastic. Although on the defensive side, they really need to focus on seeing where the ball is going, really getting those patterns that West Morris is having. They need to begin to start figuring that out. And once they do that, I think Wayne Hills will have a recipe for success.
Good stuff, my friend. We'll see you on the other side of the break. Quick break here. Patriots by 7 after 1. Welcome back to Wayne Hills High School. John Vittas now with Jared Pohl. Just a quick run there for West Morris. Gain of 5 to the fullback Meister again. Jared, welcome in.
Hey, John. How's it going?
Pretty good, pretty good. What do you think so far? First quarter, Patriots leading 14-7. Having some trouble with this West Morris wing T offense.
Yeah, it's very tricky offense. You can't really tell. I was actually doing the camera work. You can't tell who's carrying the ball, so it's definitely a lot trickier than most conventional offenses.
Challenging not only on the Wayne Hills defense, but the camera guys as well, trying to follow the football as Meister reaching forward for the first down. You saw that little extra effort falling forward across the sticks for a first down. This is a Wayne Hills program that's won numerous state championships over the last 20 years or so, and that carries a lot of weight in big games. A lot of times the game is won before it even starts against Wayne Hills, the opponent knowing that they have their hands full, and a lot of times don't really give it their all, just kind of overmatched, and they know it, and they don't come out with that extra fire. West Morris has that extra fire today as Finlay rolls to his left. Good protection. Now looking for the sideline, is going to be pushed out for a short loss, so a gain of 1, maybe 2, as Costello got over there to make the play, as well as Jason Modak, the defensive end, setting the edge as well. But it takes a special type of mentality to come into Patriot Stadium and push around a Wayne Hills team in a state playoff type of atmosphere. And it might help West Morris on a day like today because they've never really seen the Patriots before. When you see the Ramapos and the Pascack Valleys, they know how tough Wayne Hills is. Game like this, they might kind of roll over at times. West Morris hasn't really seen the Patriots before. They don't care who's on the other side of the ball. You see that extra little bit of fight from a senior-laden team in West Morris. This screen pass is snuffed out, but Finlay able to escape pressure and then launch the ball out of bounds. And they throw the flag. So it's going to be grounding, I think, on the quarterback, Ryan Finlay, who overshot both Sokolowski and Draghi on the near sideline. They had pressure. The rusher fell. And that's actually going to be an ineligible man downfield against the West Morris Wolfpack. So they'll back them up 5.
It appears to be 2nd and long, and this is a West Morris team that really relies on the run. What do you think they do here, John?
I think they got to throw it. It's going to be 3rd and 13. Wayne Hills elects to decline the penalty. So instead of 2nd and 18, they'll settle for 3rd and 13. Although this may be 4-down territory for the Wolfpack, we'll have to see. We saw a good leg from Mike Egan, the kicker, but I don't think you can expect any high school kicker to be within their range right now. This would be a 55-yard field goal. I don't think that's in any high school kicker's range. 3rd and 13. Couple receivers to the near side. They're going to throw. Finlay looking over the middle, able to escape pressure. Coming forward, the linebackers are there. Jaron Hayek pushes him out of bounds inside the 30. So that may get West Morris one more play. Instead of 4th and long, it's going to be 4th and about 5 from the Wayne Hills 30. So the sophomore Jaron Hayek on the defensive side for Wayne Hills, able to force the quarterback Finlay out of bounds there.
He has a great play by Hayek right there. He really saved potential first down. There's one more play. We'll see what happens.
So we'll see what they do on 4th and 5. This is an interesting call, whether they run or throw, kind of in that in-between period. A team like West Morris probably confident they can run for 5 here. That's their bread and butter. So here we go, 4th down and 5. Wayne Hills scored on this side of the field in a very similar situation on 4th down. Movement before the play. Finlay has the ball and he's rushing forward. Got a couple of yards. If that play counts, it's Wayne Hills' ball. The offensive line for West Morris never moved. Wayne Hills tackled him. That play counts. Wayne Hills football.
Ooh, that was a weird looking play. It looked like somebody, I don't know what side, it looks like somebody jumped, but looks like the Patriots will take the call.
So heads up play from the Wayne Hills defense. They tackled Finlay. No one knew what was going on. Finlay decided to run with it. I guess it can't be a false start if the ball got snapped. So they did not blow it dead. Wayne Hills gets the turnover on downs. That's a key play in this game. So DeVera now back to work on offense. They fake the swing. He's going to keep it. Gets a block from the tackle and pushes forward for a gain of about 6. So a good kick-out block there from Polgar, the right tackle. We mentioned the losses at linebacker for Wayne Hills. Mike Zaccone, who went down last week, also a starter on the offensive line. So you see Costello just went off your screen to the left, number 53. Costello, usually a one-way starter at linebacker. Today he's going both ways, replacing his good friend Mike Zaccone at left guard.
Here with the Patriots, it's really a next man up thing, and the players have really stepped in and done a great job.
And it's always been that way for Wayne Hills, a program with a lot of depth. They come to the near side, and it's knocked away. Trying to find Tyler Hayek, but Jake Ligos able to make the defensive stop. That ball was supposed to come a little bit closer to the sideline from DeVera, but he tried to undercut it, and Ligo makes the defensive play for West Morris. So 3rd and 5. Wayne Hill's probably going to have to throw it again. DeVera, 114 for 221 through the air this year. That's a 52% completion rate. He's had some games where he's been under 50%. He's also had some great games like last week where he was 67%. Able to elude the pressure, and he's tackled as a flag flies. So Wayne Hills would have to punt unless the flag is against the Wolfpack, but we'll see. Came in the offensive backfield, so could be against Wayne Hills, we'll see. And it is a hold against the Patriots. So they'll decline that. Wayne Hills will have to punt. So both teams getting a stop, and the score remains 14-7 Wayne Hills.
At first, it looked like it was going to be a very high-scoring game, but both these defenses have looked like they've been able to make some plays. So,
DeVera, the quarterback, also the punter, will let this one fly. On the flip side, it's the same exact thing. Finlay, who also wears number 7, the quarterback, is the punter. And DeVera has a huge leg. Very consistent as well. Handles the high snap. Great job. And the left-footed kick, not as good as usual, but still solid. A lot of hang time. Will bounce out at the 30-yard line of West Morris. So DeVera, his 36th punt of the year. He averages more than 42 yards per punt. That one pretty similar as he gets no return. And West Morris will take over at their own 30.
definitely a great punt by DeVera right there, and it pins West Morris right back in their territory.
So a fairly effective punt. We'll give him about 35 yards on that kick, so a little bit below his average, but still a good one and a good net overall. And here comes the wing T offense again. Finlay going to hand it off. Draghi eaten up, swallowed by the Wayne Hills front after a gain of only 1. Couple of Patriots in on the stop. Petracco, Costello, the middle linebackers, getting stronger as the game progresses, getting more and more comfortable with this offense. You see number 2, Hunter Goldberg, also in for Wayne Hills. He is a reserve receiver and defensive back, playing a little outside linebacker right now. So it's been linebacker by committee. They go to the left side, nothing there. Absolutely stuffed by the Wayne Hills front. That was 65, Danny Musa on the stop. And Skadaibov as well getting in on it. So the defensive line for Wayne Hills holding strong all of a sudden.
Yeah, looking pretty strong out there. Definitely limiting the West Morris rushing attack.
That's a big front line for Wayne Hills from right to left. Modak, Musa, Skadaibov, and Sally. That is a strong defensive line for Wayne Hills. Got pushed around in the first quarter, but bouncing back here in the second. So 3rd and 9 for West Morris. Rolling right is Finlay, has 2 men running, and it's incomplete. Cleaned up by Tyler Hayek on the back end. That's why he's going to be a Division I safety. Looking for Peter Taylor, who's their number 1 receiver, really their only receiving threat. And Tyler Hayek there to knock him over and force a punt. So Wayne Hill's going to get this ball back in good field position. And look who's back to receive the punt. Luca Grave, who's been out for a while, will be the punt returner here. We've seen Jaron Hayek a lot on these punt returns. But Grave apparently pretty close to 100%.
It's definitely very refreshing to see him back there returning punts for the Patriots.
Well, when he's healthy, he's going to immediately go back to running back. But usually those special teams type of positions, they'll give to whoever's healthy. But Grave is going to have a chance to return this one. Backtracking, and it bounces all the way inside the 20. That's a beautiful punt. Better than 50 yards. That's a 53-yard punt.
That's a great kick.
So that was the quarterback, Ryan Finlay, with a 53-yard punt and no return. If Grave could have backtracked far enough to catch it, could have saved Wayne Hills a good 20 yards, but instead it bounces all the way inside the Wayne Hills 20. So that's a big change of field position right there with 8:06 to play in the second quarter. So just over 8 minutes, still plenty of time here in the first half for Wayne Hills to add on to their 7-point lead. DeVera will start in the gun for Wayne Hills. They hand it off. This is Grave off right tackle. Wrapped up quickly after a gain of 2. So you see DeVera there, Anthony Cuso playing fullback today. Number 6 on the left side, Evidence Njoku, the big receiver, number 83. Hasn't made a catch yet, but he's a big threat. And you have the Hayek brothers to the near side here on 2nd and long. Grave goes in motion, and DeVera keeps it. Trying to fight through, he cannot. Had his head taken off there at the end. Big hit. Meister, the linebacker, in on the tackle, as well as Thomas Pellegrino, number 54. This is a game, West Morris team. They're showing you why they're 9-1. 3rd and 5 coming for Wayne Hills.
West Morris is definitely showing that they're embracing the underdog role, and they came here to play.
Well, that's what we were saying. West Morris is a team that is not going to be fazed by the tradition here at Wayne Hills because they're a good 40-45 minute drive away. So they're not a team that really cares who Wayne Hills is, as opposed to some of those traditional rivals who have been pushed around by Wayne Hills in the state playoffs. And 3rd and 5 coming, and a whistle first. Wayne Hills calling their first time out. So this is obviously an important play here, Jared. What are you drawing up here if you're Coach Demikoff?
I think I tried to do another screen. The last time they had a really critical play, that 4th down, they did a screen to Luca Grave, and it seemed to have worked. Maybe they lean on that again this play.
It's the kind of play that Wayne Hills has used over the years and would be a pretty safe but potentially effective call on 3rd down with 6:40 on the clock here in the 2nd quarter. One luxury that Wayne Hills has this season that they really haven't had in years past is the arm of Brendan DeVera. We've seen some great quarterbacks come through the program. Guys going all the way back to Christian Olsen. They had Brendan Monahan, Mike Quinn, some great quarterbacks over the years. Of course, Kevin Olsen as well. But DeVera is a different talent. He's the kind of kid that can run and throw the football. Terrific arm. I mean, I don't know if there's been a quarterback to throw the deep ball better and more consistently than Brendan DeVera. So the screen pass is, I think, a no-brainer in years past, but on a day like today, you have more options with DeVera at quarterback.
With those extra dimensions, this is what makes this Wayne Hills team so special.
We'll call it 3rd and 4. Wayne Hills has to get to their own 27. 3 receivers, Grave in motion again. Pressure coming, DeVera stepping up, but he's sacked. Just a 4-man rush, but they get to Brendan DeVera. This front for West Morris on both sides of the football has been tough. And Wayne Hills will have to punt again, this time backed up even further into their own zone.
Yeah, I haven't seen DeVera really come down in the backfield in a while, not very often. So you could tell at West Morris, their D-line has been playing excellent.
I'll give credit again to Tom Pellegrino and some of the edge rushers, Michael Bola and others, making an impact today. DeVera lining up the punt. This was a lower, more powerful kick taken by Draghi, who lets it bounce, and to his chagrin, this one will go all the way back to the West Morris 33-yard line. So a punt of close to 50 yards for DeVera, that one above his average. And they're trading punts right now. That's 3 punts in a row, and another good one. These 2 quarterbacks booming those punts.
And we were talking about DeVera with that really big, strong arm. He's got a leg, too.
And he uses his left leg, which I find fascinating. Right-handed thrower, left-footed kicker.
Be very interested to see how he came to that habit.
Some people can kick with both feet just as well, especially when it's a football. There's a run, Sokolowski to the outside, nothing there. Maybe one for the 3rd option for this team, Bryce Sokolowski. Give credit to the corner, Dom DiCarlo, on that tackle. You see him there on the far side. He's a starter. DiCarlo gets in a little bit on offense as well, but a very strong starter at cornerback for Wayne Hills. The Hayek brothers anchoring that secondary at safety. Tyler Hayek this time comes to play corner on the near side against Taylor, the starting receiver. Draghi in motion. They will go to Meister, the fullback, and a gain of 2, maybe 3. Those Wayne Hills linebackers are starting to figure this out. Tyler Costello, the first man to meet him.
Tyler Costello on the stop for the Patriots.
Looks like Puntalillo back in as well with a good play.
Gain of 2, third and about 7.
With it being 3rd and 7, it should be interesting what play call that Wes Morris makes on this play.
And again, in that in-between region, Kai Sally also in on that hit. But Costello and Petracca, you see them pounding fists there. There's, hey, we got this. They're really the key to stopping this as Wayne Hill shows pressure off the edge. They give it to Draghi. The block's coming that way, and Draghi fights through. First down. Cole Draghi for Wes Morris has a gain of 11. They rushed a lot of players over there, but Jaron Hayek, Petracca met with blocks, and Draghi able to find some space and get the first down. Clearly their best rusher, Cole Draghi.
Oh yeah, for sure. He has 1,364 yards on the season and counting.
He's got a good number already here in the first half. 1st and 10 for Wes Morris from their own 46. Draghi again, this time cuts it inside the tackles, able to fall forward. They try and strip him from behind. Goldberg can't wrestle it out. It's a gain of 9 for Draghi, who put some Wayne Hills players on his back. Jason Modak, one of the biggest guys on this Wayne Hills defense, got taken for a ride. This Draghi guy has some power. Strong legs for Cole Draghi.
He's a very fast and a very strong runner. That's why he has so many yards, and he also has 15 touchdowns on the season. Definitely a power rusher.
Well, he's only 5'7", but a lot of leverage for Draghi, who's able to stay on his feet and always fall forward. So 2nd and inches here for Wes Morris. And a whistle, and timeout Wayne Hills. That's their 2nd. So this is becoming a good high school football game. We're used to seeing Wayne Hills handle their business. But right now, Wes Morris is counter-punching with the best of them.
They definitely came to play today. I think we're in for a very entertaining second half and also the rest of this quarter.
Jared, I'd love to hear your take on the linebacking rotation right now, because Wayne Hills is rotating players in and out. We saw Anthony Puntalillo. We've seen Hunter Goldberg. We've seen Anthony Cuso, all of them rotating in at linebacker for Wayne Hills, trying to replace Tyler Costello, who was one of their top tacklers this season. What do you think of that by-committee approach as opposed to just sticking with the one guy?
I think it gives you a little more, I guess, a utility role. I mean, let's say you don't want anything to happen, but God forbid something else happens. You have the next man up. He knows what he's doing. And with all of them playing, they all really, like, they're warm. They're ready to play.
And fresher, too. All those guys coming in and out for Wayne Hills. And the defensive line has helped with the tackling as well. You need that against a triple option offense. But I would love to know whether some college coaches are looking at Cole Draghi, the type of offenses that run this wing T. There he is again off of left tackle. He's got the first down. Wrestled down by a few Patriots. As you see a couple guys in on that. There's Costello getting up tackle again as Danny Musa also in on the play, but a gain of 5 again for Draghi. He's not the kind of running back that's going to get major attention, but I'd love to know if there's some triple option teams out there that are eyeing Draghi just because of his success in this type of an offense. It seems perfectly suited for a guy like him. So under center again is Finlay. They give it to Draghi, off right tackle, waiting for his blockers and falling forward for a gain of 5 as a flag flies out of the secondary.
Costello again on the tackle for the Patriots.
But Costello continuing to rack up these tackles. Him and Petracca, the middle linebackers, have been all over the field, but this one's coming back.
Yeah, it looks like a holding call against Wes Morris right there.
So they're backing it up. It's going to be 2nd and 15 or so for Wes Morris. That's a big one. This type of offense, you can't afford penalties and mistakes. It's the type of offense that's not designed to pick up massive chunks, 5, maybe 10 yards at a time, but they really rely on short down and distances, 2nd and 5s, 3rd and 3s in order to get the first down. 2nd and 15, not exactly in the playbook, but we'll draw. It's actually 1st and 15 because of the penalty. As Finlay looks to throw, hit as he throws, and he lets that one fly incomplete. Good pressure by Kai Sally for Wayne Hills.
Yeah, the way this offense is tailored, it's not really made for long distances. So it should be interesting to see how this drive goes.
Interesting to me that they decided to throw on 1st and long. So 2nd and 15, now they're really backed up. 1st and 15, you pick up 4 or 5 yards, you're back in business. But now it's 2nd and 15, and we'll see if they throw again. Taylor, their main receiver, here to the near side as Wayne Hills gears up for Wes Morris. 3 men in the backfield. They send Sokolowski in motion. They give it to him. Trying to find some space. Good job. Brendan DeVera getting into the backfield to make the play. A gain of only 2 for Wes Morris as DeVera able to stop in his tracks, backtrack, and then wrestle him to the ground. That's the Wayne Hills quarterback. He's all captain of the defense.
Yeah, Brendan DeVera, very special player. He's all over the field, special teams, offense, defense. Just a great guy to have on your football team.
DeVera with 76 tackles coming into this game, 2nd on the team behind Jason Modak. DeVera 6 tackles for a loss, 2 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 3 passes defended. He is a versatile defensive player headed to the University of New Hampshire to play on this side of the football. 3rd and long, Finlay going to try and throw. Going deep, DiCarlo has it snuffed out. Incomplete by a mile, looking for Taylor, but Wes Morris will have to punt. Oh, DiCarlo, very physical at corner, making a terrific play. And Wayne Hills gets the football back with 1:24 to play here in the first half.
Yeah, great defensive drive by Wayne Hills right here. It should be interesting to see if they maybe try to get one more score on the board and make it a 2-possession game, or if they just try to run out the clock and for the next half.
Well, they'll probably be backed up inside their own 20, but I don't think Wayne Hills cares. They're going to try and air the football out. Grave is going to go back to try and receive the punt again. Finlay will punt it away. Going to run up a little bit, and then the low liner. Grave fields it at his own 11. Has some momentum here on the near side across the 30 and shouldered out of bounds by Finlay at the 37. This game's getting physical. It's going to be a heck of a second half.
Getting a little chippy out there on the Wayne Hills sideline.
But a good return nonetheless for Grave, who gets to the Wayne Hills 38. Better field position than they were expecting. But how about Finlay, the quarterback, lowering the boom there as the punter? You don't see many punters making tackles like that.
For sure.
And this is high school football. It's a little bit different. You're not traditional punters. But a heck of a play by Finlay. Both quarterbacks making some big hits. DeVera going to roll to his right. He's going to air it out here with just over a minute to play. He's got his man. Grave steps out of bounds in Wes Morris territory. A gain of 16 for Wayne Hills. So they move the chains. Grave becoming a factor in the passing game. As Wayne Hills spreading the field here. This is kind of what they like. They don't like balanced plays, at least the players, we should say. The coaches will always try and keep it balanced, keep the defense guessing. But they love airing it out, and sometimes Wayne Hills really gets some steam when they air the football out. Coming to the near side, it's Tyler Hayek on the slant. First down, Patriots. Gain of 11. Tyler Hayek moves the chains for Wayne Hills.
With only one timeout, because they used the 2 other ones earlier in the quarter, Wayne Hills really has to get moving.
So all the way down to the 35, a minute and counting on the clock here in the second quarter. 4 receivers again. DeVera has Kuso helping him out. Comes to the near side. One-handed grab. Evidence Njoku, excuse me. First down, Wayne Hills.
Wow, that was an amazing catch. Is that Odell Beckham out there?
Maybe. 11-yard gain for Evidence Njoku. His first catch of the day, and it was a beauty. All the way to the 24. DeVera rolling right. Looking towards the corner, going deep, going up, incomplete, and almost intercepted. Good defensive play out there by 34, Cole Draghi, getting into the goal line regions and knocking it away from Luca Grave, who had some momentum going across the goal line. DeVera almost getting picked. So 2nd and 10, but how about that catch from Njoku, one-handed reaching backwards. My goodness, this team has receivers.
Wow, I was watching him during warm-ups. He's mostly catching with two hands, but a couple one hands mixed into there, and it looks like he was practicing those.
So 2nd and 10. DeVera has time this time. Goes over the middle. Overshot the receiver. Looking for Hunter Hayek over the middle. And the safety able to step up. Bryce Sokolowski. And but DeVera with the misfire there. And Wayne Hills 3rd and 10 from their own 24. Probably need a couple more yards to get within Dario Cierney's range, but nearing it right now at the 24. This would be a 41-yard field goal. But they want 6 here if they can get it. Hills has done a great job in their 2-minute offense, especially at the end of the first half. 3 receivers, actually 4. DeVera trying to get away from the pressure. Fighting forward, he's towards the sticks. If he gets the first down, the clock will stop. Looks like he has it. That's a gain of 10 for Brendan DeVera. Clock stops temporarily with 28 seconds on it. It will run in just a moment. Wayne Hills has only 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10 from the 14. They roll the clock, 26 seconds. They're going to have to hurry. DeVera still looking at the sideline, 20 seconds and counting. Might only have 2 plays left, 4 receivers. They get it off, looking left. He's going to look to run for it now. He's going to need the touchdown. Towards the corner, DeVera pushing forward. He's in! Brendan DeVera, the much-needed touchdown scamper, and the Patriots lead by 2 scores. If he gets stopped short there, Jared, I don't know if they get another play off.
Yeah, with 9 seconds left and no timeouts at all. I think that would have been a wasted possession, but really great effort by DeVera to keep this last drive alive. You saw the last play. Really tough run through a bunch of tacklers and able to get into the end zone right there.
You see how fired up DeVera is on the sideline. He got to the 2 and was absolutely met the defender head on, falling forward for the touchdown as Cierney connects again, and Wayne Hills leads 21-7. That's a big late second quarter drive for Wayne Hills, and they will get the ball to start the second half as well. This West Morris team has been game, but that was a big blow here late in the second quarter.
Yeah, for sure. That could have been, I don't want to say it's a game right there, but with already 2 scores and possibly a third underway, this could be really big blow for West Morris.
Well, we mentioned how a wing T offense like West, they're not equipped for 2nd and 15. They're also not equipped to come from behind once they fall down 2 and 3 touchdowns. Their offense requires a lot of time, and if you're down 2 scores in the 4th quarter, you don't have a lot of time, and they have not completed a pass all day. So they cannot afford to fall behind any more than this, and they're going to have to score on probably about 4 out of their 5 drives in the second half if they want to have a chance today. So you say that could be the difference? That could be the difference right there. That drive before the end of the half, Wayne Hills is equipped to score quickly, and they showed it there. I mean, they had a minute 30 to go 70 yards, and they did it with 10 seconds to spare.
Yeah, it definitely was a very impressive drive. One of the best drives I've seen from this Wayne Hills team.
So Polgar taking his time, teeing it up, and Wayne Hills will probably squib one here and not allow much of a return.
Taylor, Pohl, Draghi are deep to return. Polgar's kickoff.
So this is Polgar's 4th kick already today. He's done a nice job. And there is the squib. Going to be picking up at the 32. So West Morris will get a chance to run at least 1 play before the half. We'll see if they take a knee or if they try and pick up some yards, maybe score. So 8.9 on the clock. I think they'd probably be well served to try and break one if they can rather than take a knee, but we'll see.
Especially in this playoff atmosphere, you kind of got to go take it all chips in.
It's obviously a slim chance, but you might as well roll the dice here. Try and get that touchdown back if you can. Wayne Hills running 5 defensive backs. They're in that prevent defense. There's only 2 conventional linebackers in right now, so if they can get past that first level, well, they're going to take a knee. So Ryan Finlay sits on the football, and that'll do it for the first half. West Morris, a game today. They've shown some fight, but Hills will go into the locker room with a 21-7 lead. You see that far sideline jam-packed with fans. West Morris has shown up to support their high school. But it's the Patriots with a 2-score lead. Jared Pohl, thoughts on the first half and the adjustments that Wayne Hills needs to make in the second half?
Well, at first you can see that they were kind of struggling with that weird-looking West Morris offense, but it looks like the linebackers especially have really started to figure it out, and they've been really been able to stop. And what they really need to do is make sure that they stick to what they're good at, stopping the run, and maybe run a little more in the second half with a lead.
Running some clock, not a terrible idea for Wayne Hills in the second half. They have the offensive firepower through the air as well, so we'll see a lot more offense in the second half, I think, from Wayne Hills. But I think the touchdown drive from West Morris was a major wake-up call for this Wayne Hills defense, because the Wolfpack ran the ball right down their throats, and Cole Draghi and Finlay scored rather easily. And ever since, the Wayne Hills has stopped West Morris on every drive. So I think that touchdown really woke up the Wayne Hills linebackers. And despite the major injuries to Pasterla and Zaccone, the Wayne Hills linebackers have done a nice job today filling in for their injured teammates. It's going to be a fun second half. We'll take a break here on Wayne Hills TV. When we come back, we will see Wayne Hills Marching Band under the direction of Matthew Paterno and some cheerleaders. And after that, the second half, Wayne Hills, West Morris, Patriots leading by 2 touchdowns here in the state semifinals.
Officer Alexis Rossi, recruiting officer Fitzgerald, equipment managers Ryan Seiter, Bill Joseph, Max Maza, Max Seppo, librarians Yarrow Abo, Denny Delafato, Danny Ann Costagliola, and Lauren Park. Rookie representative Josie Van Putnam. Their field repertoire goes on. Movement 1, Suda. Movement 2, Systems Check. And Movement 3, Liftoff. The Wayne Hills Patriot Marching Band.
missed 11 hours of holding. Complete weather and engineering briefing. Hazard reinspection and closeout. Rotating server structure and park position. Activate the rocket to inertial measurement units and communication system.
He's won a couple of Bristol shows.
Does he?
You know, a lot of guys in the community, they all have like old car. Put the hood up with their hands around. He's won a couple of those cars.
This is mission control. We are T-minus 3 hours of holding. It is time to suit up in your flight gear and walk to the launch pad.
I absolutely get that.
I mean, because they must own the town a bunch more. Right.
Ignition sequence start.
When I was still working, we were taking down.
All engines running. V316, you are clear to lift off. Godspeed.
Water service was frozen, and all they did was shut off the service. Off the grid. So anybody who bought Ladies and gentlemen, on a beautiful Saturday afternoon, a standing round of applause is in order for the Patriots marching band. within the same time in the same area, so you could go together. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a Samsung cell phone with a gray outer box or protector in our possession here in the booth. So if it is yours, please come and get it.
You know, I mean, this is
Says Light Companion on the front.
way more expensive, right within 20 minutes of us. So we look at it. Florida, South Carolina, I don't like it. That ain't really like it. But you know, somewhere else. Yeah. Nobody knows anything. Like a minimum wage job. Well, they literally trying to retire. So he probably even got the bridges or something. And then I heard after signing an agreement that said they wouldn't. Yeah. Well, usually they pay. I'll give you something. Right. But then I heard he turned around. Now, I don't know if that's true. I'm not in touch with them. No, you know what? Say this. You say that you stand back. Look at but it does come out. It comes out. But you know now it's not. But I mean, I think it's still the same. He doesn't have enough. Second base.
Welcome back to Patriot Stadium. John Vittas now joined with Matt Klarberg for the second half. Wayne Hills leading West Morris Mendham 21-7 as the teams take the field for the second half. The West Morris Wolfpack in the white. Wayne Hills rocking the blacks today as they have a 2-touchdown lead. Big drive late in the second quarter to put 7 on the board and give themselves a bit of a cushion as we start the second half. Matt, you got a chance to watch the first half. What stood out to you about the performance of both teams?
You know, I see Wayne Hills doing a great job overall. Their pass running is good. First play, for one of the few first plays in the game, Tyler Haig with a good run. He had a touchdown. Good pass to Evan Njoku for that unbelievable catch. And I saw for West Morris a lot of the similar plays for the first half. You know, number 34, Cole Draghi, a handoff to him a lot, or to Zach Meister. Similar option play to one of those two. And not a lot of passes going on for West Morris. They've only attempted 2. Neither were successful, 1 for interception. So I did not see a great job of passing by West Morris this first half.
Wayne Hills seemed to make the adjustment against the wing tee offense of West Morris in that second quarter after the Wolfpack kind of had their way on that long touchdown drive. Do you think a big factor in the second half could be the fact that West Morris really can't make many adjustments because that's the offense they're married to? Do you think that's a big part of what could be happening in the second half?
You know, I do agree with you. I think that it is a big part of what's happening and what happened in the first half. Go into the second half. Like, the plays that West Morris has been running, Wayne Hills is getting a read on what they do. It's either going to be a handoff to number 34 or 44. So one of them is going to either run up the gut or run around the side. So they're getting used to it, and they're trying to figure out that their passing game is not working, so they're covering more run. So it's harder for us to get up the field without passing, since since their running is being covered by Wayne Hill so good.
It's been the A-gap to the fullback Meister or Draghi to the outside, and they have had some success running the football. 266 rushing yards last week for West Morris against Fairlawn, but this Wayne Hills defense is a little bit different, and they have made some nice changes, especially a linebacker. We mentioned the 2 injuries. Everybody's filled in well. Everybody's been disciplined, especially in that second quarter against the West Morris offense, which is something that they saw last week as well with Roxbury. But in that second half, Roxbury started to get the offense flowing against Wayne Hills. Why do you think that was, and could that be a concern today as well?
You know, last week against Roxbury, the weather conditions was very different. It was a lot colder out. It was very windy. We were cold up here in the press box, so I can't imagine what it was like for players in the field. It seemed that Wayne Hills was letting up a little bit towards the second half because of their lead that they had going into it of 2 or 3 touchdowns. And Roxbury they wanted to make it a respectable game and not such a blowout, so they pushed a little bit. And it was a little too late, and I can see something like that happening in this game, but Wayne Hills wants to get to that state final so bad that I don't think they'll let up enough to make it so that's a close game.
Well, the difference was Wayne Hills had a 33 lead at one point against Roxbury. It's only 21-7 in this game, and West Morris has looked much better than Roxbury, especially up front. They've basically drawn even with Wayne Hills on both sides of the football up front. So we'll see if that offensive line can continue to get some push and let that wing T offense go to work against a pretty tough Wayne Hills defense. But, I mean, we've seen more of the same offensively for the Patriots today, especially in the second quarter. DeVera's arm a little late to the party, but he started turning it on there at the end.
Yeah, I agree with you for sure, but Brennan's also doing a great job of rushing the ball. He's one of the most premier quarterbacks of North Jersey, and he's showing that also with his arm and his legs. Like you saw in that last play of the half, he just got in there, pushed his way through and got a touchdown, and the play before just ramming right through guys. There's no stopping him, all 230 pounds of him. It's hard to take him down when he's got a full head of steam.
Well, he is the single-season touchdown record holder at Wayne Hills, and he's going to break a couple more records before today is over. We'll check on that as the second half progresses, but Brendan DeVera is the quarterback of the offense, and he's done a great job not only today but throughout the year. Wayne Hills is going to get the ball first, and if they score, it's going to be very tough for West Morris to come back touchdowns down with an offense that takes a lot of time to get the ball down the field. So we'll see what Wayne Hills shows here coming out of the half. West Morris needs a stop on this drive as Egan, the kicker, tees it up. His first kickoff of the day is a short one. Will be fielded at the 12-yard line by Hunter Hayek, who looks to the far side, weaving his way across the 30 and wrestled down at about the 32. So that's where Wayne Hills will start their second half of action. DeVera, the quarterback, back to work with the Hayek brothers, Evidence Njoku, Luca Grave, and company. Quite the offensive skill player core.
Yeah, for sure. Wide receiving we have and the quarterback, Brendan DeVera, to facilitate everything that goes on is just exceptional. This whole year, Hunter, Tyler, and Evidence have done a great job of just getting open and getting downfield for Brendan to hit them deep. Evidence we saw earlier with the amazing catch with his one hand. And the left, too, he's a righty. He did a great job on that play. Hope to see more of that the second half.
DeVera in the gun. They go to the second back, Grave, who keeps his balance to get back to the line of scrimmage. Picks up maybe one as they fake the sweep to Hunter Hayek. DeVera has not thrown it quite as much as we're used to seeing. He does have a number of attempts, but we mentioned it at the beginning of the game. For DeVera, 21 touchdown passes in his last 5 games. That's almost 4. That is 4 touchdown passes per game over a 5-game span. 12-plus completions and 200-plus yards in 6 of his 10, as that one's well short of the intended Tyler Hayek. And so it'll be 3rd and long, and DeVera will have to throw it again on 3rd and long. It's interesting, he had 260 yards last week against Roxbury. His 2 highest totals this season in passing yards came against Roxbury. They played them in the regular season and last week in the state quarterfinals, and DeVera had his way with them both times. But looking for success against a different team today, a defense that's pretty tough. They have a lot of size as well, and that throw just came up well short, and we'll see if his arm is loose now here on 3rd and 9. 4 receivers, 2 to either side. DeVera going to look right, goes to the short receiver, first down. Hunter Hayek falling forward to the 47. That's a gain 13 yards for Wayne Hills. Hunter Hayek moves the chains. Make it 10 straight games for Hunter Hayek with at least 2 catches.
You know, I've seen Hunter doing a great job this whole season of just getting open. He's one of those scrappy, smaller guys, but he's one of the top, probably the top receiver in the offense. He's a huge threat running and catching the ball. So he just finds his way to get past the corner and just get open for any kind of gain.
Should say 11 straight games with multiple receptions for Hayek every game this season. He's looking to make it 10 straight games with a receiving touchdown. He doesn't have one yet today. Grave able to jump forward and pick up 5. Matt, you've seen him over the past couple of years. Does Grave look pretty close to 100%? Because the last few weeks he certainly did not.
Yeah, the last few weeks definitely he did not look 100%, and Joe Mangeli was in there, and he did a great job. But right now he's looking, I think, around 100%. He's doing a great job just finding a way to push through and get a gap. That's one thing he does amazingly always. He finds a gap and he just pushes through it. He puts down his head and gets a couple yards gain.
He's good at finding the hole, even if it's not the hole that the play was designed to go through. He's got a lot of speed to the outside. 2nd and 5, DeVera fakes the give. He has the keeper, trying to find real estate to the near side. He does. Gets the seal from Hunter Hayek and hurdles a defender at the West Morris 30-yard line. That's a run of close to 20 yards for Brendan DeVera.
We've seen this a few times today. Brendan having a gain of over 15 yards. About 3-4 times today, just rushing. You know, I feel like the Morris defense is putting too much on the receivers, which is leaving him open, so there's no one to cover him. And then Hunter Hayek with the good block on the play too.
DeVera 8 carries for 42 yards last week against Roxbury. He has over 600 rushing yards on the year as well. Goes to the far side, intercepted. Sokolowski has, and he's going to be taken down at the 38. That's a poor pass from Brendan DeVera. His 7th interception of the season, but he's done a much better job the last few weeks of avoiding turnovers, but that was not a good throw.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he saw right there, but that was pretty much right to the cornerback. And also, I saw downfield Evans wide open, so maybe he didn't have a good read on him, but from here in the press box, we saw evidence wide open downfield.
Although it's similar to the throw that DeVera made to start the drive that came up well short. He had a receiver behind Sokolowski, but instead undershot it by a wide margin, and that was an easy interception for the usual running back Sokolowski. They give it to the fullback on 1st down, and not much there for Meister, who had a couple long runs in the first half, but that one handled by Wayne Hills. So not the way they designed it, but West Morris does get the stop on that first Wayne Hills drive of the second half. So let's see how much they ride their lead guy, Cole Draghi, who was the focal point of the offense in the first half. Really the only guy to pick up yards, maybe other than Meister, who did have a couple good runs. They give it to Meister again from the fullback spot, and somehow he fights through. 1st down into the secondary, and finally wrapped up by Tyler DeVera in Wayne Hills territory at the 45. Looked like Wayne Hills had him stopped at the point of attack, but somehow Meister was able to get through and pick up about 15 yards.
You know, from here, I thought he was down at about yards gain, but somehow he pushed his way through and got over 10 yards, so it's a good job by him. Bad job done by the Wayne Hills defense.
Meister dotting the I again. This time they gave the end around to Draghi. Not much there. Good defense from Wayne Hills, but again he falls forward and does pick up 4 yards. Give credit to Hunter Goldberg and Skadaibov in on the stop.
Omar on the tackle. Pick up of
So they give him 4, maybe even 5, but that's that big difference for Draghi as opposed to other backs. He always falls forward and gets that extra 1 or 2 yards on every. And that looked like a good stop for Wayne Hills, but instead it's still a positive play for the Wolfpack. Conventional handoff to Draghi, again falling forward, and this time he'll get the 1st down. So that extra yard this time moves the chains, and West Morris down to the Wayne Hills 35. And it took 3 or 4 Patriots to get him down. So Draghi still looking strong here in the 3rd quarter. Again, close to 1,400 rushing yards on the year, 15 scores for number 34, Cole Draghi. He is a senior quarterback and the other two running backs. So this is a veteran West Morris team. It's a pitch this time. Draghi will be stopped after a gain of a couple. Nick Petracco, the first man to meet him. And boy, the Patriots happy to have a healthy Nick Petracco, who had to miss a few games this year with some injuries, but the other guys going down at linebacker, they need him.
Yeah, with missing Mike Saccone and Chris Pasterla, two big losses for the Wayne Hills defense and the team overall. Mike Saccone, who did a great job last week before his injury and the week before with a lot of big stops. And right now, maybe some of these yard gains for West Morris is because of the loss of linebackers.
This is Meister, almost had it stripped by Petracco, and a good tackle by him again. That's a gain of 5, but it could have been a whole lot worse if he got past Petracco. So 3rd and 3 now for West Morris, probably 4-down territory. And we see Jaron Hayek on the right. Had a good amount of snaps tonight. And he'll switch sides. 3rd and 3. The usual wing T formation. Draghi not going to get it. Instead, it's the quarterback Finlay up the middle. And he's got a first down. So Ryan Finlay straight up the gut. That's the 3rd or 4th time he's kept it in the middle. And in every instance, it was on a significant play. Usually 3rd or 4th down, they've gone to Finlay. Their touchdown came on that play earlier.
I've noticed throughout this game that West Morris depends heavily on their running game, whether it's for the quarterback option or to the running backs. You know, they don't do passing. That could be because the quarterback doesn't pass a lot or just the receivers aren't used to it.
This one is taken care of by Costello. Not much there this time for Draghi as they were able to get him east and west. Only a 1-yard gain for Draghi and 6 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. No points yet in the 2nd half, but West Morris nearing the red zone. They have not completed a pass today, but still hanging in there, the West Morris Wolfpack. And here's Meister up the middle. He's got some space. Petracco, the ankle tackle, but a gain of 6. 3rd and 3 again for West Morris.
Another big play right here. 3rd down, for West Morris. And Wayne Hill is looking for a big stop right here. Another run going maybe up the middle for the quarterback sneak or even to Draghi around the side. So let's see what Wayne Hill's defense has to stop right here. 3rd down.
They're down to the Patriots' 17-yard line. Taylor tighter at receiver this time. Wayne Hill stacks the box and a flag flies. They were giving it to Meister. Wayne, good push, but it won't count. And it looks like it's going to be a penalty against West Morris, and that's a big one. So movement before the snap, and now it's 3rd and long. Field goal really doesn't do them any good in this situation. You're playing for 6, so probably 4 territory from here on out in Wayne Hill's territory for the Wolfpack.
In the territory that West Morris is in, they get to 4th down at about 3 or 4. They'll go for it because, as John was saying, a field goal is not going to do them any good with a 21-2 touchdown lead. So they're going to look for going for a 1st down and trying to get it in this drive.
Under 5 minutes to play here in the 3rd. They're taking a lot of time on this drive, but it's been a good one so far. 3rd and 8. They're going to throw. Looking deep over the middle, and it's almost intercepted. Hunter Hayek almost had his 2nd as he stepped in front of the route intended for the receiver, Mike Egan, who's also the kicker. Egan, the tight end, was running the seam route. Tyler Hayek had it covered. They threw it anyway, and Hunter stepped in to almost make the interception as the brothers clipped each other a little bit. Otherwise, it may have been an interception. And here is a big play. 4th and 8. If Wayne Hills gets a stop, their chances of winning very, very high. 4th down and long. What do they draw up? They're going to go 2 receivers. Draghi is split out as a receiver. DeVera will shadow him. They're going to have to throw. Rolling left. Finlay throws towards the corner for Draghi. Incomplete. Out of bounds. DeVera on the coverage. And Wayne Hills takes over on downs. Some contact there, but the ball well out of bounds. Not a good throw from Finlay, who still has not completed a pass today.
So good coverage there by DeVera on the play. Now he's going to go back to his quarterback position and try to get Wayne Hills another touchdown to make this game basically impossible for West Morris to come back. Like John, you were saying before, West Morris takes a long time to get up the field because they do depend heavily on their running game. So come fourth down, they're down by 2 touchdowns. It's nearly impossible for them to get it because their passing game has not been effective and their running game takes a very long time to get upfield.
You're absolutely right. I think they're going to need a big play at some point, either a turnover or a long play. Otherwise, they're toast. Here's a run to Grave, falls forward for 3. The conventional pace for West Morris is not going to get it done, especially if Wayne Hills scores again, which you kind of have to expect with the way they've played this year. West Morris is going to need either a turnover or a very long play on special team defense to make this happen. 21-7 certainly doable, but with the way they play, it makes it a whole lot tougher. They come to the near side. Njoku makes the catch on the curl route and able to tiptoe past a couple people and somehow stay in bounds. Evidence Njoku looked like he was headed to the sidelines and changes direction to pick up first down. That's a nice play by Evidence, a gain of 10, and Wayne Hills moves the chain.
From up here, it looked like Njoku was out, but it's hard to see. You know, with such great athleticism, you never know where he's going and how he's going to get by people.
Well, the line judge was all over it. Njoku stayed in bounds. 1st and 10, DeVera will keep. Able to get around one defender and fall forward for a gain of 2 or 3. That was 76 Taylor Parkinson G on the initial pressure and then cleaned up by the linebacking level. A lot of 50s out there for the West Morris linebacking core. Brandon Iorio, Tom Pellegrino, PJ Wright. 3 receivers, handoff to Grave. Cuts it back inside, and he gets a first down. 8 more yards for Luca Grave, and Wayne Hills at midfield.
Number 44 on the tackle. First down.
So riding Grave, this is probably the most carries he has had since before that Wayne Valley matchup. So the last time he was at full strength, October 21st against Passaic Valley. The last time Grave played an entire tailback. They give it to him again. Up the middle, he's got space. Luca Grave into the secondary. Druggy on the tackle, but not before Grave picks up 16.
Like you were saying, John, this is the first time in over a month that Luca's back in full swing with 100% of health. He's playing the whole game, and he's doing a really good job at it. He leads this Wayne Hills offense with rushing yards, and right now he's showing why.
Well, he's got to feel good for him to finally be healthy and making an impact. Here he is again, off of right guard, falling forward, not much there, maybe 1. So riding Jason Modak the right time, Bensi Polgar on the right side as well, along with Scott Fishker on the center. Very tough offensive line for Wayne Hills. 2nd and 9. Njoku, the receiver, on the near side. Hayeks to the right. They throw to the right. It's tipped and incomplete. Good defensive play by number 86, Jake Lygos. And again, a throw by DeVera that was just a little too low. He could have gotten it around or through Lygos, but instead kind of adjusted the flight of the football to try and get it around him, and that made it touchable for Lygos. So 3rd and 9 now for Wayne Hill. AX to the far side here on the left. DeVera gonna roll right, looking for the deep man. Hunter Hayek is open. He makes the catch into the end zone. Hunter Hayek! Make it 10 in a row. Hunter Hayek has a touchdown again.
Really good job right there by Hunter Hayek to get an open route. Brendan with the perfect pass right in his hand. And like John was saying, his 10th game in a row with a touchdown pass.
Hunter Hayek is a big-time high school receiver. Leads the team over 50 catches on the year, close to 1,000 yards receiving. Tierney on to tack on another. Hold is perfect. Kick is good. Wayne Hills can smell Wayne Valley. 3-touchdown lead for the Patriots. 14 minutes away from another trip to the state title game.
It appears right now that the state finals will be a Wayne Hills-Wayne Valley matchup at MetLife Stadium next Sunday.
Wayne Hills has not won a state championship since 2011. They beat Old Japan. They lost last year to Old Japan. Wayne Hills beat them 2 years in a row, 2011 and 2010. Remember that miracle at the Meadowlands that Brian Dowling flipped to Troy Zaffino. They beat Old Japan 2 years in a row, 2010 and 11, like we said. And then ever since, only one trip. That was last year, and they lost. They didn't make the playoffs 2 years ago, and then the 2 prior years they lost in the quarters and semis, respectively. So this would be just the second trip to the state finals for Wayne Hills in the last 5 years. 2 trips to the finals in 5 years is good for most programs, but not for this one because they won a number of state titles. 2002, 2004, 2005, 6, 7, and 8, 2010 and 11. The only break was that snow game in 2009 against Ramapo. A team that was good enough to win one, just fell short in tough conditions. So 8 state titles in 10 years for Wayne Hills over that stretch. Bouncing kick, gonna get past Draghi. He's got to pick it up at his 1. Gets past Cuso, now towards the 20. Still free at the 25. Stays in bounds, and Polgar, the kicker, wrestles him out at the 35. So they got what they wanted, the bouncer towards the goal line. But Draghi, elusive, able to do a great job getting downfield as Meister, the fullback, is hurt. Back at the 10-yard line, he's flexing his right leg as both training staffs out there quickly to help him. And so Wayne Hills West Morris will have it at their 36, but that would be the second of 4 running backs to go down today for West Morris. They lost one of the key guys earlier. Number 3, Jake Congdon, who is a key part of their offense, was hurt in the first quarter and has not returned. He's actually on crutches on the far side, so he is done. And Meister would be another huge loss. He's probably been the second option behind Draghi today. They see him giving him water and stretching out the leg. So it looks like it may be a cramp for Draghi on a pretty cool and breezy day. We mentioned the weather today is significantly better than what we had last week in the quarterfinals. We're at around 50 degrees today, but still a chilly November afternoon as they stretch Meister, the fullback. But it is panic time for West Morris. They need 3 touchdowns in 14 minutes, and they can't allow anything else.
It seems like that the way that West Morris gets up the field taking such a long time, it's nearly impossible for them to get 3 touchdowns in about 13 minutes. So we'll have to see what they go to, because with the time that they have left in the game, they will have to pass because they do need a big game to slow up the time and just try to get up there and not just take such a long time. So we'll have to see what they go for coming in the next few plays.
They are going to definitely be throwing a little bit more. They're going to have to pick up the pace as well. We saw them run the play clock down as far as you can in the first half, taking their time on offense. That's going to have to change now. They're going to have to get right back up to the line after those running plays and get another snap off. And hopefully, for their sake, the players are comfortable doing that, and they're maybe can use the pace to their advantage against Wayne Hills, who has had time in between plays to figure out what they're doing on defense. But maybe the pace could help West Morris. We'll have to see. But they are still stretching out Meister back at the 10-yard line. As you see West Morris coaching contingent out there to check on him. That's obviously a very important part of their offense. Injured at the 10-yard line. So these fans who have turned out today for this state semifinal game, kind of sitting on the stands, trying to stay warm through this injury delay. But nice crowd on hands for both teams. So those far bleachers jam-packed with West Morris faithful. There's people lining the fence as well there on the far side. So really no seats to be had on the far side. And here on the home side, much larger bleachers, they're also full with people lining the fence here as well. So this is probably the biggest crowd we've seen at home this season. The Wayne Hills fans knowing their team just one win away from returning to the state finals. And there's a lot of interest on both sides of town because Wayne Valley defeated Randolph yesterday to get to the final. And so their side of town interested in this game as well because they're waiting for their opponent as Meister now up and walking gingerly towards his sideline. So it did look like it was a cramp and a long delay, but now the Wolfpack ready to set up shop at their own 36. Boy, did they need that return from Draghi to give them some cushion here. Well, West Morris will start from the 36. A minute 19 to play in the third quarter. Wayne Hills leads by 3 touchdowns. Finlay will throw. 4 men running routes. They go for Taylor. He's making the catch down the sideline. DeVera chasing him, and he's able to knock him down at the 10. There's the big play we were talking about. Peter Taylor, the #1 receiver for West Morris, making the catch over the top of DeVera. Finlay dropped a dime right there to Taylor, and he took it another 20 yards downfield. Taylor a little shaken up after DeVera brought him down from behind, but it's 1st and goal for West Morris.
You know, John, that's exactly what we were talking about, what West Morris need to do, move with the ball. That play took about 15 seconds, and if they're earlier what they were doing, that would have taken them 8 minutes to get this up the field. So really good job by them and a perfect pass.
That was a 54-yard completion as Sokolowski is swallowed up. Loss of 3 as they back up West Morris. Great penetration by Kai Sally of Wayne Hills. DeVera and Costello got in there as well. Skadai Bob all in on that stop. Now under 40 seconds and counting. They have to get at least one more playoff here before the end of the quarter. There you see Kai Sally, the originator of that penetration.
Kai Sally we talk about a lot every game. He does a really good job of just penetrating that offensive line, getting stops for this Wayne Hills defense we've seen all year long by him.
Sally with better than 60 tackles this year as a defensive lineman. They're going to throw. Looking to the end zone, and now Finlay looks to run. He's got space inside the 10, shakes a defender, and he's tripped up from behind. Nick Petracco, a big stop at the 4-yard line. Quarter comes to an end. So West Morris showing some fight. They're driving. It's going to be 3rd and goal from the Wayne Hills 4 on the other side of the break. Wayne Hills a big touchdown to Hunter Hayek here in the third quarter. They are 12 minutes away from another appearance in the state title game. West Morris driving. You're watching the state semifinals here on Wayne Hills TV. No more. That was a heck of a hookup right there. The Hunter catch, that was good.
That was great. He was wide open. He does a really good job with that always.
Yeah. But DeVera always seems to hit him on the long.
Like they have such good chemistry together.
John Vittas welcoming you back to Wayne Hills High School. Patriots up by 21, but West Morris, the 4 seed in North 1 Group 4, has a 3rd and goal from inside the 4-yard line. They send a man in motion. Here's Draghi off right tackle, fighting for the goal line, but he's gain of a couple inside the 2, but 4th down and goal. Wayne Hills gets a stop here, and the state championship is well within their grasp.
One thing Wayne Hills has done really well all year this year is goal line defense. When their other team is within 5-8 yards of a touchdown, Wayne Hills does a really good job of just stopping them and not letting them get it. Right now they're about 1 to touchdown, so let's see if the Wayne Hills goal line defense can do it again.
This is the last hope for West Morris. 4th and goal from the 1. Crowd on their feet for both sides. Finlay under center. They end around to Draghi. Cuts it back inside. He's in. Touchdown. Wolfpack. Draghi with a nice cut back inside, and he's able to get into that checkerboard end zone, and West Morris pulls back to within 2 scores.
That's a really hard play right there for the Wayne Hills defense to cover. When he's going on the other side, you don't know where he's going to cut in. But even though he scored, a good job by Wayne Hills to try to stop him.
Number 17 will hold.
So Egan on for the extra point. They need this. The hold is good. Good pressure from Wayne Hills, but Egan gets it off, and it's another beautiful kick. 28-14. West Morris, another touchdown, and this game not quite over just yet. We'll see if Wayne Hills continues to air it out or if they try and run some clock with Grave. But I think one more touchdown just about seals it. But West Morris still with life at this stage. What do you think, Matt? We've seen Grave looking healthier, but how do you walk that delicate balance if you're John Jacobs, the O coordinator, and Coach Demikoff, of run versus pass, clock versus going for the jugular?
I'm thinking that Wayne Hills is going for the jugular, like you were saying. They're one of those teams that doesn't stop. Even though, 11 minutes left in the game, up by 2 touchdowns, they could just give it to Luca to put some time off the clock, but I think they're going to go for another touchdown and just end the game right in the track. So let's see what Brendan and the rest of the offensive team has to do starting in this 4th quarter.
And I love to see the fight from West Morris. You're interested to see how much they defense here. They know they need to stop, and they need to stop quickly. They can't afford, even if Wayne Hills gets 2 first downs and burns 4 minutes, even if they don't get any points, that's good enough right now. West Morris can't just stop Wayne Hills. They need to stop them immediately. And I want to see what kind of fight they have on defense, because a lot of their guys go 2 ways. And use a lot of energy to score that touchdown. And you got to wonder what's left for them to play defense here. But you got to think with their football careers at stake here. A lot of them are seniors. Not all of them are going to go on to play in college. And this could be their final quarter of high school football. So you hope they play like it, as we have the kick upcoming. This is number 73, Michael Bola, who might be the only kicker in high school football larger than Wayne Hills' kicker. So Bola, the big guy, gives it the boot. Nope, it comes off the tee first.
This kicker right here, he kind of looks like the Penn State kicker that just has those huge hits with the long kick. So hopefully we don't see one of those, but he looks like he has the power for it, considering he's on the offensive and defensive line.
Same colors as Penn State, navy and white. This time Bola gets it off towards the Njoku, fumbles it out of bounds. Hit his hands, then maybe his feet. Njoku has shown some good shiftiness on special teams this year. He wanted to return that ball, but instead it goes out of bounds. So Wayne Hills will start at their own 22. But even if you don't have that aggressive decision by Njoku, if he pulls up there and the ball gets past him, the field position is worse. So even though he didn't make the catch, he does save Wayne Hills some yards, and they'll get it at their own 22. So here we go, Wayne Hills looking for the knockout punch. 11 minutes to play. They lead 28-14.
3-receiver formation right here. It looks like they'll be going for a pass, but good in the backfield, you don't know.
They change the call at the line, and they give it to Grave, who's absolutely smothered. No gain on the play. Great stop up front from West Morris. Looked like number 52, or rather 59, Colligan. Rourke Colligan on the stop for West Morris. That was a big hit. That is that energy we were wondering about for West Morris. They showed it right there on the first play. Maybe a gain of 1. They're going to throw. Far side, Njoku has the catch. Trying to get around the corner. Spins off one defender and falls forward. Evidence is showing some toughness, and he has a Wayne Hills first down.
It's just so hard for any defense to take on Evidence Njoku with his amazing athleticism. He just finds a way to spin out of anything and get a first down no matter what the situation is. He's doing a great job today and all year.
That's a huge first down for Wayne Hills, and a lot of fight from Evidence Njoku, who has not had the game he was hoping for. The Hayeks always options as well on offense, so they have to share the wealth, but Njoku has as much talent as anybody in the state, and going to Miami for a reason. You see him with the Hurricane logo on there on his right arm. He'll be joining his brother over there.
Yeah, Evidence's brother is a tight end there. He's one of the top tight ends in the nation for college football.
You see the pump from DeVera. Now he's going to run up the middle, and he's tripped up, although he does fall forward for a gain of 5 or 6. So if he could have kept his footing, he may have been off to the races, but instead DeVera will take the 5 yards. Tripped up from behind at the line of scrimmage, but able to stumble forward for a few. So clock ticking now, 9.5 minutes to go. One or two more first downs might put this one pretty close to out of reach. See Puntalillo in there at fullback for Wayne Hills. 2nd and 4. And they give it to Grave, left side. He's got a first down. Across the 50, dragging defenders to midfield as a flag comes in from the far sideline. Right at the last minute there.
Yeah, John Puntalillo, sophomore, has done a great job all day today. It's his first game starting. He does play always special teams, but it's his first time starting at fullback, and he's done a really good job all day of pushing through and giving Luca a wide open spot.
And you can see that beat up helmet for Puntalillo. That kind of exemplifies the kind of player he is. He's been playing on defense as well at linebacker, and one of those next man up type of guys who was not expected to play a lot in this game, but had to do it because of injuries, and he's filled in admirably.
He's a very tough player. I know him. He's doing a great job today, and also on defense, like you were saying, filling in for Mike Ciccone and Chris Pasterla.
So first down, Wayne Hills. Grave off right guard. Got taken for a ride a bit, but falls forward for a few. Number 55, Cameron Beltran, the first man to meet Grave, who picks up 2 yards. Clock at 8.5 minutes.
At this point right now, with 8.5 minutes left on the clock in the whole game, I think that we're seeing more of a clock management type offense with Luca just running up the gut, getting a couple yards each time. So instead of those big pass gains, we're seeing more rushing right up the gut for Luca.
Yeah, to our surprise, they have dialed back the aggressiveness. But here is Grave. Open space across the 25. Luca Grave. Give him 20 more. Wayne Hills moves the chains and very close to putting this game away. Big run there for Grave, who is back to form today.
Yeah, Luca is definitely back 100%, doing a great job today. Over 100 rushing yards, I believe. And he's just pushing through this West Morris defense, doing a great job.
First down from the West Morris 23. 7:45 to go in the game. DeVera looking at Njoku, same route. Taken down by the corner, stays in bounds, so the clock will run down to the 20-yard line, gain of 3.
Number 6, Peter Taylor on the stop.
Well, he's their possession receiver right now. Big body, tough to get around him. That's a safe throw for a quarterback like DeVera.
And Njoku is a classic wide receiver build, about 6'4", 200 pounds, just all muscle, doing a great job, and he runs like a cheetah. He's so fast. I mean, it's hard for any of these cornerbacks to stop him.
We saw him on a long touchdown catch last week against Roxbury in the quarters. More of a supporting role, still important. DeVera under pressure, going to keep it, tucks it inside the 15, right at the sticks. Got hit hard again, but he's right at the first down marker as the clock gets under 7 minutes to play. As they look at the sticks, looks like they're going to stop the clock and measure. Too close to call, the refs will have to do the measurement. With 6:41 on the clock. So Wayne Hills has already shaved off about 3 minutes from the clock on this drive, and If they score, this one is just about over. They do say third down, so they did not get the first. Wayne Hills will have to run another play on 3rd and inches. All 3 receivers will come to the right now. Now Njoku to the left with Puntalillo still in at fullback.
Less than a yard.
DeVera in the gun as they turn to the sidelines. Change of play coming in. They're also wasting some time here. Clock is running again. DeVera gets the snap, looks left, throws towards Njoku, back of the end zone, incomplete. Little contact out there. Njoku working number 6. Peter Taylor, the receiver on the other end for Morris with the defense. 4th down, the clock stops, so that's ideal for Wes Morris. But Wayne Hill's going for the touchdown there and didn't get it.
Looks like the pass went a little bit long for Njoku. He's 6'4", but couldn't quite reach it. It was too high for him.
Would have liked to put a little more air under the pass, I think. And again, a change of play coming in. 4th and inches. Wes Morris could get back in it with a stop. Handoff, Grave has it. Falling ahead to the 16, or excuse me, the 11. Luca Grave moves the chains. That'll be 2 more minutes off the clock as Wes Morris's chances continue to dwindle. And they'll restart the clock at 6:08. There you see the seniors, DeVera and Grave. Pretty much all seniors on the Wayne Hills offensive unit. A couple younger guys on the line, but all the skill players are seniors. This is their year. DeVera going to look to throw again, rolling right, heavy, pointing players towards the end zone, stays in bounds. Wide open is Tyler Hayek with multiple penalty markers on the ground. Probably won't count as they do give the signal. Holding against Wayne Hills. Great improvisation there by DeVera to find the sideline, stop himself, and then deliver a ball to Tyler Hayek. Well, that one's coming back.
That's just another one of those things that Brennan does a really good job of doing. Every time there's hard coverage on him, he finds a way to scramble out, get a wide open receiver, point them where they need to be. And should have been a touchdown, but there was a holding on the play.
So that's a significant penalty. Wayne Hill's back to the 30 now, and they have to get to the 2-yard line for a first down. So they will probably have to either run clock and then take a shot, or just start taking shots and maybe not take the clock. There's Grave over center. Fishgrund pushing ahead. Picks up 4 or 5, gets down to the 26. So the clock runs, 5:25 and counting. Maybe one more run, and then you got to start looking towards the end zone here. So DeVera stays in the gun as always. Gives to Grave, immediately heads left. Around the linebackers, and a good tackle made out there. Just a couple yards for Grave. Dean Jinks and Peter Taylor out there. So 3rd and long for Wayne Hills as Petracco comes in at tight end. 4 minutes, 36 seconds to play.
Looks like with their field positioning right now, 3rd and about 23 yards, that Wayne Hills will have to go guns blazing with a big pass right here going for the end zone.
Yeah, either you burn another minute and a half and don't score, or you go for the score and leave the clock where it is. I have a feeling Wayne Hill is going to throw the football. 3rd and long. Only 2 receivers, though, as they blow the play dead. And it looks like the Patriots take a timeout with 4:09 on the clock, trying to make that decision for themselves. Well, Matt, you've seen Wayne Valley play this year. You know some of their players. What, if they get there, what would Wayne Hills have to worry about most with that team?
You know, when we played them at Wayne Valley, the person who had the most yards for Wayne Valley is probably Joe Scancarella with 2 touchdowns, I believe. And he's one of the top players for Wayne Valley. So one of those people that Wayne Hills defense has to look out for. He's a very fast player and very talented. And he will definitely be someone that Wayne Valley will go to a lot. And he's and also another player, Elijah Beard. He does a really good job always. He's a taller player and very fast too. And quarterback Grant Ferrillo, really good. Great job of passing, just like Brendan. Just not the legs that Brendan has.
Beard was quoted in the paper this morning after their win last night saying, "We want Wayne Hills to win this game because we want them to get what's coming for them. I don't know what's coming for them other than 11 players in navy blue jerseys, but that game will be at MetLife Stadium on Sunday at 7. Wayne Hills looking for the knockout punch here, up by 2 scores with 4 minutes to play. That will be a premier matchup if we get it next Sunday. 3rd and long, they are going to throw. DeVera has all day. Now looking to the right, wheeling back around. 1 man to get around. Here comes another pass rusher. Back of the end zone. Oh, it's dropped. Had Hayek at the back of the end zone, unable to haul it in. What a great play by DeVera. Looking for Tyler Hayek in the back of the end zone, and he dropped it. So 4th down. It looks like we have a flag.
A really good job right there by the Wayne Hills offensive line of giving Brendan the time so he can find someone to pass to. Just dropped by Tyler Hayek in the end of the end zone. But again, Wayne Hills offensive line doing a really good job right there on that play.
So it's face mask against Wayne Hills. They will decline it and take 4th down. So 4th down and 22 from the 24. And Wayne Hills is going to bring out Dario Cierney for the field goal attempt. So looking for a different type of knockout blow. This will be a 41-yard field goal attempt. The wind, though, is back, blowing a bit from right to left.
This will be Dario's long if he hits this today.
His long is 37 yards. He's 3 for 4 on the year. The one he missed was from this distance. The kick is up, and it's good! Dario Cierney, the exclamation point. And Wayne Hills is 3 minutes and 56 seconds away from a date with Wayne Valley at MetLife Stadium.
With that field goal right there by Dario Cierney, that'll probably be the end of the game, end of the season for this West Morris Wolfpack team.
That makes it a 3-possession game with 3 minutes and 56 seconds to go. Again, this would be Wayne Hills' 2nd trip to the state finals in 5 years. For this program, that is a stretch of futility. They're used to being there every single season. A 3-year drought snapped last year, but then they fell in the finals, getting shut out by Old Tapan. And a lot of these players were there last year. A lot of the seniors were starting last year as juniors, and they knew they'd have a very good chance to be back next year because of the returnees they had on this team. And they have gotten to the precipice of the state finals as routinely as you possibly can. They lost their opening night matchup in Florida, and ever since they have absolutely rolled against everybody except Wayne Valley. That was their toughest test of the season. Everybody else, including Irvington, and including today against an outstanding West Morris High School team, they really had control of the game from beginning to end. Again, West Morris is 8-1, 4-0 against the Group 4 playoff teams. The only loss they've had was against a number 1 seed in Sparta, and they lost by 7. So this is a West Morris team who is about to suffer their largest loss of the season by a wide margin. Again, 7 was their largest loss. They are now down 17. Short kick by Polgar, taken at the 21 by Meister, who's back from injury, and he is taken down at his own 37. So 350. We're finally going to get to see the arm of Ryan Finley. Only a handful of passing attempts this season. And some fans are starting to head for the exits, particularly from the far side of the field. So the West Morris fans know what's at stake. They know what their team has to overcome here. Ryan Finlay, the senior quarterback, 6 for 8, 89 yards last week. He has only one completion today. But he will start in the gun, so that wing T offense no longer. 5 receivers. Finlay will drop back and throw. Pressure coming. Throws over the top for Draghi. Knocked away. Brendan DeVera in his back pocket all the way to the end. And DeVera with a terrific defensive play, still giving it his all on both sides of the ball. What a football player this kid is.
Yeah, Brendan is such a talented football player and a really good athlete. He does a great job on defense at linebacker, right now at cornerback covering the receiver, offense at quarterback, and also punt as a punter. He's such a threat at every position on the entire football field, doing a great job for this Wayne Hills defense.
Well, in other sports, you talk about players making an impact in every phase of the game. It's hard to do it in football, but at this level, Brendan DeVera does it in every phase of the game. 2nd and long. Finlay looking deep. In position is Hayek. It's overshot by Finlay. Tyler Hayek in coverage.
Finlay is not looking like he is a very strong arm, barely getting it 25 yards downfield. Very different than that of Brendan DeVera, who's got one of the strongest arms in all of high school football in northern New Jersey. And right there, pass.
Well, you can see Finlay had to put everything into that throw to get it 35 yards downfield or so, which is a decent arm for a high school quarterback, but it's effortless for DeVera, and he can go much further than 35 yards downfield with his arm. Here we go again, 4 receivers, 3rd and long. Finlay rolling right. This time goes to the intermediate receiver, and it's incomplete. Again, looking for Calatriano, number 2. You're starting to see some different faces in the game for West Morris. They are going with their receivers now with 3:32 on the clock. And this is their last stand right here. 4th and 10. Wayne Hills can run out the clock if they get a stop here.
Looks like Wayne Hills is preparing to get in championship formation right now in this state semifinals game leading up to the finals at MetLife Stadium next Sunday against Wayne Valley.
It is worth noting West Morris has all 3 timeouts. 4 receivers, and Finlay gives the draw to Draghi up the middle, and he stopped short. Tyler Costello read that play beautifully and made the play on the quarterback, or excuse me, the running back, Draghi rather. Finlay gave it to him, and Hills takes over, and that will do it for West Morris as Draghi, you see there, getting consoled. He is a terrific player, number 34 in white. Gave it all he had today. We'll end up with a pretty nice stat line when it's all said and done, but he wanted the victory and not going to get it on the road at Wayne Hills as the sun comes out here around 3:30 in the afternoon. Much better conditions today. We're in the low 50s temperature-wise, as Wayne Hills can try and get 1, maybe 2 first downs to end this football game. 3 minutes, 25 seconds to play. And West Morris does have all 3 timeouts. Hand off to Grave, but the whistles come in, and they're going to blow that play dead. Excuse me, that was Joe Mangelli, who's now in the game for Wayne Hills.
Anybody got the stats of what DeVera threw for today?
Looks like with Mangelli and Wayne Hills not going to want to risk an injury to Luca Grave, but there's a penalty on the play. I'm not sure what it was.
And that makes a lot of sense for Wayne Hills to try and keep everybody healthy moving forward. But Brendan DeVera has had a historic day here at Wayne Hills. He's already the single season passing touchdown record holder at Wayne Hills. Today, he broke the single season record for passing yards, which was over 1,900 yards as Mangelli falls forward for a gain of 3. Mangelli 4 carries for 26 yards last week against Roxbury. Had a 100-yard game. Irvington filling in for Grave, nearing 300 yards on the year as West Morris uses their first timeout on 2nd and 12 coming. DeVera also broke the single season record for total touchdowns with 41, which was the record. It is a monstrous season for Devera statistically. As they announced those records to the fans, they were brought to our attention before the game. And as we look at the numbers now for Devera, it looks like he's getting there. As you look at him in the huddle.
38, now 41.
As you hear the total touchdown record getting announced, 41 touchdowns on the year for Devera. That's throwing and rushing.
In a career of 56.
And the maybe most impressive, the non-single season record that we mentioned, 56 career touchdowns. That is the most in Wayne Hill's history. Mangelli to the right, off tackle, stays in bounds, and gets a few more, and the clock will run with 3:04 to go. Looks like Wes Morris is going to use timeout number 2. So with 2:58 to go, they're going to have to stop the clock here. That the career touchdown record was tied today by Devera. 56 of those. So 56 career passing touchdowns for Brendan Devera in 2 seasons. Quarterbacks that are up there on the list started for at least 3 years. Devera only started for 2. And he has tied the record and will look to break it in the state championship game. Talk about a big day. He can break a career school record and win the state title on the same day. That's the kind of player Brendan Devera has been for this team the last couple of years. This season, though, has been significantly better than last. He was a good player last year. He is an all-state caliber player this year. So 3rd and 8 upcoming for Wayne Hills. Wes Morris does have 1 timeout remaining. So if they go for the pass, it would potentially end. But they will give it to Mangelli again. And he breaks free, able to stay on his feet. First down and more. Draghi wrestles him down at the 33. That's a first down for Wayne Hills. Clock stops at 2:43. Wayne Hills may have to run a couple more plays, but the end is near.
Looks like there's some new faces on the field right now. Number 14, Joe Pohl, who is getting some time in right now, wide receiver. It's good for him.
Jaron Hayek is in at receiver as well, as they're trying to keep everybody healthy. Devera, the only usual skill player in the game, but he's just going to hand the ball off. 2:25 and counting in the game. First down for Wayne Hills. Mangelli is stopped pretty quickly, gain of 1 or 2. Tom Pellegrino with the tackle, 1 yard gain as we get to 2 minutes on the clock. And we believe only 1 timeout for Wes Morris. Matt, have you been impressed today by this performance? And I know a lot of these Wayne Hills fans didn't realize how good Wes Morris was. I think they showed that, but at the same time, Wayne Hills showed they were the better team.
You know, John, I'm actually very impressed with the way Wayne Hills performed today. 31 points, 4 touchdowns, 1 field goal. They've done a really fantastic job of just getting up the field, passing or rushing. Luca Grave's back and healthy, and all the receivers are doing a great job as they have done all year.
Mangelli to the right, gets some nice yards this time, maybe 6. It'll be 3rd and 3 from the 26. And it looks like Wes Morris not going to use the timeouts with 1:20 and counting. So 1 more first down and the game is over. Pohl comes to the near side. Devera will stay in the gun, 3rd and 3, trying to end this one. Handoff Mangelli to the 22. That's a first down. Wayne Hills will return to the state championship game, looking to win this time around. They're looking for their first ring since 2011, where they beat Old Tappan 15-12 The year before, they beat them 24-21 on a miracle lateral at the end. They went 11-1 both of those years. Wayne Hills right now is 10-1. 1 win away. DeVera takes the knee. That will do it. Again, they lost last year, missed the playoffs the year before. State quarters to Northern Highlands in 2013. State semis to Pascack Valley in 2012. Wayne Hills is headed back to the state championship. They will take on their crosstown rivals, Valley. That is a must-see matchup. It'll be the final state title game of the weekend, next weekend at MetLife Stadium, Sunday at 7 p.m. We will be there to bring you the broadcast, but Wayne Hills the 1 seed, Wayne Valley the 3 seed, marched all the way to the end. Pretty easy wins for both Hills and Valley in both rounds of the playoffs. 31-14 today. West Morris showed why they were a one-loss team. Very strong season for them. We wished all of their seniors the best as they move on beyond football. They were a terrific football team, but Wayne Hills is the #1 ranked team in North Jersey for a reason. The toughest game they had all year was against Wayne Valley, and there will be all kinds of motivation on both sides of the field. Not going to get into any of the rumors and the controversy. I don't even know what happened, to be honest with you. But there's a lot of hatred on both sides going into that matchup, just to be honest. And it's personal. This is a crosstown rivalry. These are families that know each other, kids that played sports growing up at the PAL, the Boys and Girls Club. When you line up next week, you line up today, it's number 34 in white. You line up next week, it's Joey from down the block who you played rec baseball with 5 years ago. It's not a number anymore. It's a face. It's a family that you know on the other side of the football. That is going to be a terrific matchup next week. They met in 2007. That was the last time Wayne Valley was in the state title game. Wayne Hills won by the famous score of 27-7. It's been many years before that since Wayne Valley won, so they have all kinds of things to play for next week. Wayne Hills looking for their first state title in 5 years, their first state championship under Wayne Demikoff. So, Matt, I know we're all going to be there. What are you expecting next week?
I'm expecting a really good game next week from both sides of the ball. Wayne Hills offense, defense. Wayne Valley offense and defense. We played them last time at Wayne Valley. Wayne Hills won by a score of 25-24, and honestly, Wayne Hills players I've talked to, they said that it was not a good game that they played that day. They were not happy at the way they performed, but they were happy that they came out with the win. It seems that Wayne Valley is very looking for blood. You know, they're going out wanting to win just as much as Wayne Hills is. So that's why it's going to be such a competitive and really good game going into that state finals at MetLife next week.
Again, 2011, the last time Wayne Hills won. They won 8 state titles in a 10-year span before that, and so it's been almost a rebuild for Wayne Demikoff, who you see on the left of your screen coaching up the players. It's been a bit of an overhaul for him behind Coach Olson, who won all those state championships. Now it's Coach Demikoff's turn to try and get his team a ring for the first time in his 4 seasons here on Berdan Ave. This will be the final home game here for Wayne Hills. Patriot Stadium, a great venue as always, as the players come over to thank their families and head back to the locker room. Thank you for watching today. We appreciate it, everybody down in the truck led by Josh Kashman today. Mr. Hookstreet, as always. Great game, great crew. Wayne Hills, an outstanding team. They'll be at it at 7 o'clock on Sunday against Wayne Valley. We'll be there as well. For all of our broadcast team today, including Jared Pohl, Matt Klarberg, and Frank Terranova, I'm John Vittas saying so long from Wayne Hills. Patriots take the semis 31-14 against West Morris. We'll see you at MetLife Stadium next Sunday at 7 o'clock.